21st Precinct, Sergeant Collins. You what? Smell gas? Where is it? East 70 what? What floor? You haven't found where it's coming from? That's right. Get the people out. See if you can locate where it's coming from. No, that's all right. We'll take care of it.
You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
You'll have assistance right away. Yes, sir, right away. No, just stay where you are. The officers will be there right away.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. It was Tuesday morning. I'd been on the job since 8 when I turned out the platoon for the day tour. After I read and signed reports, I went on patrol of the precinct with Patrolman Farrell as my operator. As we turned off Park Avenue into 72nd Street, a signal 32 came over the air. 618 East 75th Street. Ambulance and emergency squad responding. Sounded like a gas case. I told Farrell to make the run. When we turned into the block, I could see that sector car number 1 was on the job. So was the sergeant's car. There was no sign of either the ambulance or the ESD car. 618 was a 5-story tenement building. A few passers-by and neighbors were beginning to gather on the sidewalk. There's the spot, Farrell. Pull in.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Right with you, Captain. That's either ESC or the ambulance coming now.
Yeah. Keep the sidewalk there, Farrell. Keep off the stoop.
That's all right, folks. Will you let it go, yeah, huh? You please get off the stoop.
Dig here, Farrell.
Yes, sir. Oh, I can smell like gas out here. It's sick.
Farrell.
Yes, sir.
Keep people away from those doorbells.
Yes, sir. Now, look, I told you to get off the stoop.
Sergeant Collins.
Who is it?
Captain Kennelly.
Second floor, Captain.
All right.
Cody! What do you find out there? I don't think it's good this, Sergeant. Take the people down. I want the building clear. I'm sending them, Sergeant.
Sergeant.
In back, Captain.
All right.
Anybody home in there? Open up. It's the police.
Where is it, Sergeant?
Beats me, Captain. We haven't been able to locate it.
We better locate it fast.
Open
One
up
spot
in there.
and send the building up.
Open up in there. There's nobody's home, Captain. We've been hitting every door. I sent a man up to 3rd and another to 5th to clearing everybody out. It's not on this floor. Coley! Did you locate it? He's on the 4th floor, Captain. Whole hall smells of gas. No telling where it's coming from.
Who put in the call?
Super. He's up with Coley. Tenant smelled gas in the hall.
How about the main feed line?
I sent glass into the basement with the super's wife to turn off the valve.
Good.
Now, come on, folks. Don't stand there and talk about it. Out on the street, please. Get on the sidewalk. Did you open your windows, folks? And have your doors open? Out of the building.
All right, come on.
Yes, sir.
Anybody cover the 3rd floor yet?
Just quickly and away up, Captain. I told those people to clear out. Not them.
Let's try that one.
Smells pretty strong here.
Police officers, open up in there. Police officers, open up.
This could be it, Captain.
Open up.
Coley! Come on down here. Bring the super with you.
Well, this is it, I'm sure.
What do you want to do, Captain? Push the door in?
Yeah. All right, let's go. Together. Again. Now.
Is that it, Sergeant? You think so? Yeah. Let me see if I can kick it.
Go ahead. Try it again. Yep, this is it, all right. Keep low. Coley, hit that window. I'll get this one. Here's the... Sergeant, get the stove.
I got it. They're shut off, Captain.
How's the other window, Coley?
Sure, Captain. There it is.
This looks like the culprit, Captain.
Yeah.
Coffee boiled over. Put out the flame. Sure ruined a good coffee pot.
Well, that looks like about it. Coley.
Yes, sir.
Take a look in that room. See if anybody's in there.
Yes.
Let's try this one, Sergeant.
Only one burner was on, Captain. Looks like an accident. Nobody in here.
Coley, anybody in that room?
Yes, sir, nobody.
Well, the ambulance and the ESD just got here. You can head them off, Sergeant. We don't need them.
Yes, sir, right away.
Say, Coley, where's the super?
I left him out in the hall, Captain.
Well, I want to talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Let's give this room a chance to air it out.
Who is it down there, Phil? Yes, sir.
Mr. Champisi.
Tell the ESC in the ambulance we won't need them. Coffee boiled over. Nobody hurt. Yes, sir.
You want to see me?
Yeah, this is Captain Kennelly, Mr. Philip Champisi, Superintendent.
Glad to know you. How are you? Real mess this turned out to be. Real mess. Well, it could have been worse.
I headed off the ambulance and the ESD, Captain.
Good. Hey, listen, was it necessary to kick the door in? Look at that. The panel is split. The lock is busted. Ain't worth much of anything now. What do you expect us to do, Mr. Champisi? There might have been somebody overcoming here, or a spark could have blown up the building. Well, that's all well and good, but I'm the one that's got to explain to the landlord. I'm the one that's got to ask him for a new door, new hardware. This could never be fixed, never. Even the frame is shot. Look. What's the name of the tenant here? The tenant? Yeah. Oh, the tenant is a fellow named Harrods, Alfred Harrods. Listen, is any damage inside?
Just to the coffee pot.
Oh, well, that ain't the landlord's. That's his, Harrods. None of these flats furnished. Tenants got to furnish their own furniture and furnishings. Where is he? What do you mean, where is he? Where'd he go? Well, listen, as long as he pays his rent, he can come and go as he pleases. I don't keep track of him. Can we take a look inside? I just want to check for sure there's no damage. I got to call the landlord, give him the whole story.
I guess it's pretty well cleared out by now, huh, Captain?
Yeah, I'd imagine. Landlord's going to hit the ceiling about this door. Still smells pretty bad of gas in here. Oh, it's all right. You don't have any idea where this tenant could be. Well, I told you. Did you call the police? Yeah, that was me. Mrs. Truro on the fourth floor come down, knocked on my door. She said she smelled gas in the hall, you know. Well, I came upstairs and I checked immediately. Sure enough. Well, I couldn't tell where it was coming from, though. I had the same trouble as you, so I called. Mm-hmm. Well, who knows what could happen in a situation like that? You got to call. Don't look like there's any damage to the stove, huh? Listen, Mr. Champisi, this whole thing was very lucky. Yeah, very lucky. New door. Well, the place could have been blown sky high. I want you to call the station house when this tenant gets home. I want to send an officer over here to talk to him about going out and leaving a pot of coffee on the fire. Talk to him myself? Well, you call the station house. Yeah, okay, I'll call.
Hey, Coley. Yes, sir. Go downstairs and tell Farrell he can let the tenants up now. It's all over.
Yes, sir. He should be given a piece of somebody's mind. Where does he work? Well, I don't know. He's, a salesman, I think. He sells things. Yeah? What? Well, I don't know. I never asked him. He paid up 2 months' rent in advance when he moved in, so I wasn't too curious. Well, how long has he lived here? Oh, 3, 4 weeks. You know he had a phone put in? It's the only phone in the building. Besides mine, which the landlord stands good for. If a guy can afford a phone, I don't worry too much. Did you see him this morning? No, I don't budge out of my place. Not unless I have to.
I still smell a little gas in here, Captain.
Well, check that burner again.
Yes, sir.
Looks off to me.
It is.
Well, open up the oven.
Yes, sir. Well, what do you know?
Hey, that's a fine thing to keep in the oven. Papers. What is it, Sergeant?
Policy slip.
Let's see that. No wonder the guy looks like a millionaire.
Just some cash, Captain.
Hey, is all that good?
It's good.
I never saw so much money in a lump. Looks like we've got a policy drop, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, I didn't know what the guy did. Don't hold it against me that he lived here. Tenant is a tenant until he proves himself otherwise. Coley.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what else we can find around here, Sergeant.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Give Sergeant Collins a hand.
Yes, sir.
Let's start over here. You never know about some people. Numbers game in my building. You just never know. On discovery that the flat in which there had been a gas leak was occupied by a person in apparent violation of the gambling laws, I instructed Sergeant Collins to notify the desk officer at the 21st, who in turn would notify the office of the division commander, so that plainclothesmen responsible for the enforcement of gambling laws would be sent to the scene to investigate. As this notification was being made, a more thorough search of the premises was conducted by Patrolmen Coley and Farrell under my supervision and in the presence of the civilian witness, Philip Champisi, the superintendent of the building. In a closet were found 2 electric calculating machines and tally sheets, in addition to the policy slips and the cash.
80, 800, 20, 35, 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like a gold mine.
$2,857, Captain.
All right, Coley. Enter the amount in your memorandum book.
Hey, now, here's an opportunity. Let's all go to Belmont. We could still make the daily double.
You want to sign my book, Captain?
Yeah.
Here you are, sir.
Hey, what's all the production? Are you afraid this Harrods guy might say you shortchanged him?
Well, we just don't want to give him anything to say. Farrell,
Yes, sir.
you got all that stuff together?
Yes, sir. We'll need a bushel basket for all these policy slips, Captain. Boy, this guy was running some bank.
Mr. Champisi.
Yeah. What happens to all the money?
Oh, it gets turned over to the property clerk until the court determines who's the rightful owner.
Well, listen, could you give me some consideration? You know, if I didn't put in the call, you never would have found it.
When did you say this Mr. Harrods moved in here?
Oh, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago.
And he told you he was a salesman?
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't tell you anything else.
What do you mean?
He didn't tell you what he sold?
Well, listen, I didn't know anything about him. What can I do?
Now, listen, Captain.
Are the plainclothesmen on the way, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. But one of the tenants told me he saw the girlfriend of the fellow who has this flat standing outside in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you about his girlfriend.
Is she still there?
She was when I came up. I told Farrell to keep an eye on her.
Take charge here, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Mr. Champisi.
Yeah. Man, what a day. You live to be 100 and never see so much excitement, huh? How about a smoke, Captain?
Give me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. The gas. Excuse me, I forgot, Captain.
Well, you better remember, or you'll never get anywhere near 100. Come on, let's get downstairs. Although the flat in which the gas leak had occurred was obviously a policy drop, there was no conclusive evidence that would lead to a conviction of either Harrods or any of his associates, despite the large amount of cash discovered, the calculating machines, the policy slips, and the tally sheets. Both the policy slips and the tally sheets were from previous days' play, and it's a good idea to have evidence showing the play was made on the day of the arrest. It was my thought to keep the girlfriend of Harrods under surveillance until the plainclothesmen arrived. Then, as they thought best, they could question her, take her to the station house, or attempt to follow her in order to connect him directly with the evidence. On the way downstairs, I told the super of the building that I wanted to stand outside on the stoop and talk to him, apparently in connection with the accident. I warned him not to look in the direction of the girl, nor point to her.
All right, I'll do just like you say. Count on it, Captain.
I hope I can. Farrell.
Yes, sir.
Don't look in her direction, but which girl is it?
See the gray Plymouth coupe parked at the curb there?
Yeah.
She's standing right next to it, Captain. The blonde, about 25 years old, 5'4", has on a beige coat.
Yeah.
That's her, all right. I seen her go up to visit him time and time again.
I asked you not to look over there.
I didn't look. I just glimpsed.
Just talk to me.
What do you want me to talk about? Weather?
That'll do.
Well, looks like it's going to turn into a nice day after all, huh? You know, when I woke up today, looked out the window, I had my doubts. Listen, Captain, what happens to the $2,850? Does he get that back?
I told you he does if he can prove it's lawfully his.
Oh? Well, who is it you're waiting for? Detectives?
Plainclothesmen.
What's the difference? Plainclothesmen, detectives? I always thought they were the same.
No. Plainclothesmen are assigned to enforce gambling and vice laws.
Oh?
Detectives investigate all other serious crimes.
You know, I never knew that.
I suppose a lot of people don't.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised.
Have you seen her here very often, Mr. Champisi?
On occasion. On several occasions.
When? Daytime or at night?
Both. But my wife, she knows everything goes on around here. My wife says she's here all the time. Day, night, afternoon.
She's turning to go, Captain.
Yeah, I see her. Any sign of the plainclothesman?
No, sir.
What are you going to do? This is getting to be a situation.
Stay here, Farrell.
Yes, sir.
You too. Excuse me, please.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me. Miss, wait a minute.
Me?
Yeah. What's your name, miss?
Who are you?
I'm a police officer.
What do you want to know my name for?
I want to know.
Gloria. Gloria Nathan.
Who's your friend in that building?
What building?
618 East 75th?
I don't think I have to tell you that.
It's Al Harrods, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Well, who is it then?
Nobody.
Well, why were you standing outside there?
Well, I was just curious. I'm entitled to be curious when there's excitement going on.
It's Al Harrods, isn't it? He's your friend.
No.
You came by to see him this morning. When you were walking down the street toward the place, you saw the police there. You were worried. You found out the gas leak was in his place.
Listen, I don't know any Al Harrods. I told you that. I was just standing there because I was curious, that's all.
Look, Gloria, you don't want to get into trouble, do you?
I won't get in trouble.
You will if you keep telling me one lie after another.
What can you do to me? You can't do anything to me.
Would you mind walking back to the building with me?
Of course I'd mind.
Well, let's walk back anyway.
I haven't done anything. I don't see why you're picking on me just because I was curious.
Well, there's a few things we want to get straightened out.
If you want to get something straightened out, that's no business of mine. What's it got to do with me?
Mr. Champese.
Person is entitled to be curious.
Call me, Cap? Yes. Is this young woman a friend of Al Harrods?
Yeah, he's a friend of his. I seen her go up there.
That's a lie.
Plenty of times.
I never even heard of any Al Harrods.
The plain clothes, Miss Captain.
This is getting to be ridiculous.
You're telling him?
Hello, Captain.
Thomas, how have you been?
Fine. Understand you struck gold.
That's right.
Look, all this is well and good, but what do you want with me? I've got a right to know.
Sure, you've got a right to know. We're going to take you to the station house. One of the plainclothesmen went upstairs to take charge of the premises, while the other accompanied the young woman, Gloria Nathan, and I to the station house. A policewoman was sent for to make a search of the suspect. In the meantime, Patrolman Coley and Sergeant Burns returned to the station house with the money found in the flat. This was turned over to the desk officer and entered in the blotter. In about a half hour, the policewoman arrived and made a search of the clothing and purse of the suspect. Nearly 1,000 policy slips and about $400 in cash was found on her person. While the policewoman sat nearby, Gloria was questioned in my office.
Well, now, look, you know what's going to happen to you, don't you?
No, I don't know. What?
As soon as we get through talking to you, I'm going to take you out there to the desk and book you in. Then you're going to ride down to court and talk to the judge.
They won't keep me. I've got the number of a bondsman. All I have to do is call him.
That only lets you out until the trial. What good's a bondsman going to do you after you're sentenced? You're headed straight for the house of detention. You ever been in there?
No. No, I haven't.
No, I didn't know. That's why I asked you. You know you can get a year out of this, Gloria?
No, he wouldn't be that tough. I'm never that tough in these kind of cases.
Ask the captain.
It'd be a suspended sentence or a fine, maybe. You know that.
Well, I don't know. The judge is going to say to me, he's going to say that you cooperate, officer. And what can I say? All I can do is tell him the truth. All I can say is, Judge, she wasn't a bit of help. Her boyfriend had this policy drop, but there wasn't a bit of conclusive evidence up there. She had all the incriminating evidence in her possession. She wouldn't help us at all. I've seen people stand up there. They think, who you hurting making a little book or writing a few numbers tickets? They think the most they'll get out of it is a slap on the wrist, and wham, they get hit right between the eyes. And it doesn't make any difference what you think or what I think about it. Gambling is a violation of the law. The way things are, pressure's on the judges, too. They let somebody off easy in a gambling case to get criticized. They've been handing out some jolts down there. Isn't that right, Captain?
Oh, so I hear.
He wouldn't give me a year.
You want to take the chance, it's up to you. All I can tell him is that you want a bit of help.
Supposing I want some help. I wouldn't want to do a year. It's not worth it.
Well, like I said, all I can do is tell him the truth. But it stands to reason you'd get a lot more consideration if I could tell him, for instance, that you helped us knock over a big policy bank.
He'd kill me. He'd just kill me.
Who?
Al. He beats me up for no reason at all. What would he do to me if I gave him a reason?
Well, it wasn't your fault that he was stupid enough to go away and leave the fire burning under the coffee, was
No, but he's not going to look at it that way. You don't know Al. I'd like to help you, but you know how it is.
Well, that's too bad. I'd like to help you, too. Shame we can't do anything for each other. Let's book her in, Captain. No sense wasting any more time.
Come on, Gloria. This way.
He wouldn't be that tough on me, the judge.
I can't tell you what's on the judge's mind. This way. No sense making any predictions. It all depends.
There's nothing to do but take my chances.
Stand right up to the desk, then.
I want to book her in, Sergeant.
What's the name?
Navan. Gloria. How old are you, Gloria?
24.
Address?
321 Lewiston Avenue.
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan, yeah. Listen, the only thing I'm worried about is what he'd do to me. Al, I mean.
He couldn't do anything to you if you never saw him again. But if you're that crazy about him, what's the use of talking?
Who said I'm crazy about him?
Where were you born?
In the Bronx. Listen, I'm not going to do a year for him. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
That's what I've been trying to impress on you. Who's going to look out for you if you don't look out for yourself?
Any prior arrests and convictions?
One arrest, no conviction.
All right, what do you want to know? Am I a friend of Al Harrod's? Yes. Do I work for him, too? Yes. What else?
Is there any way he could have known about what happened at his place today?
Only if I called him and told him. That was the only way.
Where was he?
You know, around. Making his collections and meeting his runners. He couldn't have known. There's no way.
Where is he now?
I don't know where he is now, but I know where he'll be at 2 o'clock.
Where?
He'll be at a bar and grill in Yorkville, 736 East 85th. He meets a couple of his collectors there every day. They turn over their play in the collections to him.
In the bar?
No. He parks his car. They all got keys to the trunk. He just sits in there while they drop the play and money in the trunk of his car. When he comes out, it's all ready to drive away. He just sits in there and drinks beer. Is that what you wanted to know? I told you. You going to save me that year?
Like I said, I'll tell him the truth.
Okay. Oh, he'll get out on bond and he'll beat me up. He'll just beat the living daylights out of me.
All right, if you're worried about that, we'll see that you get protection. He won't lay a hand on you.
Listen, please worry about your own job. If Al wants to beat me up, that's between me and him.
We took Gloria back into my office, and she supplied us with all the information she was able to furnish. It was decided that Thomas's partner remain at the flat in the event Al Harrods returned there unexpectedly. At 2:45, I accompanied Thomas to the vicinity of the bar and grill on East 85th Street. Gloria could give us only a hazy description of his car, and we were unable to spot it parked on the street. A little after 3 o'clock, we walked into the bar and grill. Gloria had described Al Harrods as a short and rather heavy-set man. She said he would probably be wearing a plaid sports shirt, a type for which he had a passion. There's a fellow in a plaid shirt back there in the booth.
Al Harrods, did she say?
That's the name he used.
Al Board, Captain. I've been wondering where he was the last couple of months.
You know him, huh?
Real well. Well, hello, Al.
Oh, hi.
Stand up, Al.
Hey, listen, I'm clean.
Come on, stand up.
All right.
That's the way. I guess you are clean.
You could have taken my word for it.
You know, I was just thinking about you the other day, Al.
Oh, were you?
I sure was. This is Captain Kennelly.
Hello. How are you?
You don't mind if we sit down, do you, Al?
No. Help yourself.
Thanks.
Plenty of room. Captain, did he say? You're a cop, too?
That's right.
What have you been doing with yourself lately, Al? I haven't seen you around.
Well, you know, that last 90 days in Rikers Island cured me. And I said to myself, Al, it don't pay. Hang up. That's no hotel in the mountains over there on Rikers Island, you know. Dump the racket.
How you getting along?
Fine. Just fine.
Live around here?
No, I'm over Jersey now. What are you doing here? You still working out of this division?
That's right.
You too, Captain?
He's commander of the 21st Precinct.
No kidding.
Captain, this Al is an example of how a good boy can turn out to be an honest citizen. You stick him a couple of times, and he learns the racket doesn't pay. You're living in Jersey,
That's right.
You working?
Oh, yeah. I'm breaking my back every day. Working for my wife's brother over there. He's got a poultry business.
You don't say.
Yeah, up the crack of dawn every day.
Well, what are you doing in the big city?
Oh, just came over to see a fella, a friend of mine. You want something, Captain? I'll get the girl over.
No, thanks.
So I cured you, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm walking that tightrope now. I'm on a square, and I love it.
Well, didn't I tell you? You wouldn't believe me.
Well, I believe you now, Mr. Thomas. I'll never forget you.
Won't you, Al?
No, sir.
You know, I've been a long time in this job, Al. It's not many guys you run into who can make you feel that you accomplished something. You make me feel that way, Al, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, too, Mr. Thomas.
Captain, this guy's made my day. You wouldn't kid me, Al.
Well, would I lie to you, Mr. Thomas?
No, Al, I don't believe you would.
No, not me, brother. I learned. That's for the birds. Well,
I gotta go.
It's nice to see you, Al.
Yeah.
Just a second, Al. We're going too.
Oh.
Captain, if I know this guy, I'll bet you he's hustling policy slips across the river in Jersey.
I'm telling you, I'm out of it. Since I finished that bit on Rikers Island, I'm out of it. After you, Captain.
Thanks.
I mean, maybe I play the numbers once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not so bad.
But book 'em? Not me, brother. I had my stomach full of that. That's for the birds. Well, here's my car.
Yeah, it sure is for the birds, Al. And you're a vulture with a 20-foot wingspread.
Yeah.
All right. Open up the trunk of your car.
I know. What's going on?
Go on, open it up.
Al, we hit your place on 75th Street. We got you $2,800 in cash and a go-kart full of policy slips.
Put the key in.
Well, what are you stringing me along for, a 20-foot wing spread?
You were stringing yourself along, Al.
Oh, you could be frank.
Well, look. Another gold mine, Captain.
It's mental cruelty let me think I conned you out of it.
All right, close it up. Be careful, Thomas. Watch that he doesn't fly away. He's a bird.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Collins. Where's this? 3361. How was he shot? How many hold-up men? Just one. Which way?
And so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly. Featured in tonight's cast were Mandel Kramer, Bill Quinn, Bill Lifton, Joan Loring, Bill Zuckert, John Sylvester, and Jack Orison. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. What's the matter with him? How do you know he's dead? From what? Where is this? You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct. The nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct. All right. You just wait there for the officers. No, right there. I'm sending him now. You just wait there and show them where he is. All right, thank you.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st. 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. tour. After I turned out the platoon for the night tour, I read the entries on the arrest record and blotter for an event-by-event picture of what had occurred in the precinct since I was last on duty. A little after 6, sector car number 3 came by the house for me, and I went on patrol of the precinct. When I returned to the station house, Lieutenant Gorman, the desk officer, told me things were quiet. I walked around the corner to a spaghetti house for my meal, which I finished at 8:40. Oh, hello, Captain. John, how are you?
I didn't know you were in. If I did, I would have come over the table. So hello.
Oh, I was sitting in the back.
125 on 4 cents tax. Out of 2.
Oh, I'll have a pack of spearmint.
Well, that's 134. You been seeing many ball games, Captain?
No, not this year.
35, 40, 50, and 2. Me neither. You know, I couldn't whip up any enthusiasm this season. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a Yankee fan from way back, but 8, 10, 12, 14 games out in front, how can you get excited? Just the point where they're the whole league.
Yeah, it's got to be close to be interesting.
But at least the series might be interesting. Who do you pick?
I think the Brooks will take them.
You do?
They never have yet.
Well, that's some ball club.
Well, yeah, they look like a ball club in their league, but wait till they get up against some competition.
Well,
Wait, I'll walk out with you. I want to get a picture. Ralph, keep your eye on the front, huh? I just want to take a look at the box scores. They clinched the pennant, you know, but there's no harm in checking on the batting averages. Yeah. You going to see any of the series games, Captain?
it's a little bit too rich for my blood.
Yeah, that's $10 a reserve street routine. That's a little rich for anybody's blood. Yeah. Hey, look at that fellow. He's turning a fire alarm. Hey, you. Hold up there. Wait a minute. You, wait a minute.
I'm not going anyplace.
Where's the fire?
There isn't any fire.
What'd you pull the hook for?
Because I wanted it.
Where's the fire, Captain?
There isn't any fire.
I'm a police officer. What's your name?
Ryder, Hal Bryan.
Don't you know it's a criminal offense to turn in a false alarm?
I know it's a criminal offense.
Captain, you want me to run around the station house? You want to get some help?
He doesn't need any help.
No, John, they'll be here. Don't worry about it. Why'd you pull the hook? Come on, look at me. Talk to me. Why'd you pull the hook?
Because I want to go to jail, that's why. I want to go to jail.
You will, mister. You can count on it. The essential factors in fighting a fire are the promptness of discovery and the speed at which firemen arrive on the scene. But speed has its hazards. As many or more firemen are killed and injured in accidents occurring while responding to alarms as in the course of fires themselves. During the last calendar year, there were 13,981 false alarms in the city of New York. And to each of these, no less than 4 pieces of fire department apparatus and 2 police cars responded. In this case, the offender, Hal Brider, made no excuses, nor would he offer any reason for his act. He was questioned for some minutes on the street by myself, by other police officers on the scene, and by the fire captain in command of the apparatus which responded. After the fire apparatus left, he was taken around the corner to the precinct house, where, as arresting officer, I booked him in. How do you spell that?
B-R-I-D-E-R.
Any middle initial?
E. Hal E. Brider.
How old are you?
21.
Where do you live?
I live at 734 East 81st Street.
What apartment number?
2B.
Bond is $500. Can be posted with me.
What do you mean, bond?
Bail. If you can get somebody to post $500 bail, you don't have to appear until he comes up in court. Otherwise, they'll have to hold you.
I want to be held. I don't want any bail.
Oh, look, son, this isn't doing you any good. You must have had a reason for pulling that hook. Now, tell us about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Just lock me up.
Well, that'll come soon enough. How many other false alarms did you turn in?
None. This is the only one.
What was it? Just an impulse?
No, it wasn't an impulse. I thought about it. I thought about it a long time.
Look, that's my office across there. Go in there and sit down. I'll be in a minute.
Why?
I want to talk to you, that's why.
I got nothing to say. I just want to be locked up.
Go in there and sit down.
Yes. And I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to anybody.
That's an odd one, Captain.
Yeah, sure is.
You want to take this pinch yourself, Captain? You'll have to go to court in the morning.
No, that's all right.
Well, what's the matter with that guy, Captain? Maybe he likes to hear sirens. I give him a boot.
Did you see his eyes? Looks like a user to me.
He did it that, didn't he?
I know he's a user. I wanted him to tell me.
What's his idea? What could he get by turning in a false alarm?
Well, what could he get besides a little time on Rikers Island?
I'll be in my office, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
All right, Hal. I want you to tell me what the trouble is.
I've got no trouble.
Haven't you? Stand up.
Why?
I said stand up.
Yes, sir.
Take your coat off.
Why?
Is that the only thing you know? Why? Take it off.
Yes, sir.
Put it on that chair there. Roll up your sleeve.
Oh, what are you trying to find out that you don't already know?
Let me see your arm. How long have you been on the habit, Hal?
Long enough.
All right. Sit down. Why'd you pull the hook on that firebox?
A long story. You wouldn't be interested.
Well, who said I wouldn't?
Well, I'm not interested. Look, you locked me up. I don't feel like talking to anybody. I'm beginning to feel lousy. I feel terrible.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
You live on 81st Street there all by yourself?
Yes, all by myself.
You have any family?
What's this got to do with my family?
Where are
I
they?
don't have any family.
When did you shoot up last?
What difference does it make?
When?
Yesterday morning, not since then.
Who's your connection, Hal?
Got no connection.
You must have been getting it someplace. Where?
I don't know anything.
If you don't know anything, Hal, we'll teach you a lot around here.
Who are you calling?
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Sergeant, ring upstairs to the detective squad and see if we can locate Lieutenant King.
Yes.
And ask him to come into my office for a minute, will you?
Yes, sir, Captain.
What do you need him for?
If you're a narcotics user, Hal, it's his job to find out who sold it to you. Why'd you pull that fire alarm?
I don't think you'd understand.
Maybe I would. Why don't you try me?
I told you it was a long story. It's cold in here, you know that? It's awfully cold in here. Now, I'm beginning to feel terrible, really terrible. I'm sick.
Put your coat on.
Yeah, thanks. That ought to help a little.
You work, Hal? You got a job?
Yes, I did have. I did have until the day before yesterday.
What happened?
I got fired.
Why?
Why do you think?
How'd you get the habit? You should have known better than that. You look like an intelligent boy.
I'm very intelligent. Top 10 in my class. A big deal.
How'd you get hooked?
Well, it was this girl.
What's her name?
It doesn't have anything to do with it. I thought I could kick the habit anytime. First it was just once in a while and maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and then it got to be a regular fix every day. Every day.
Where is this girl?
I don't know where she is. I lost track of her someplace down the line. I don't know what happened to her. I haven't seen her in 5, 6 weeks, a couple of months. Listen, I gotta loosen my tie, Captain. It's getting awfully warm in here. You don't mind if I loosen my tie?
No? Go right ahead.
Thanks. But I was buying 2, 3, 4 caps a day. See, I had a good job, but it was beginning to cost me $40, $50, $60 a week to support the habit. It was too much. It was way too much, and it was getting so I couldn't get halfway through the day.
I imagine you couldn't.
And when they fired me, there I was with no money, owing everybody, not a chance in the world to get another job, and it kind of brought me to my senses.
Did it?
So I told myself, Hal, you're going to kick the habit. You're going to kick it right now. So I went home. You know what I did?
What?
And I went to the drawer and I got to work. You know, the needle and the cotton and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I did with them? I broke them up and I threw them down the toilet. I said, Hal, that's all, boy. You're through. That's all. So I started to sweat it out. I stayed around the house. I didn't leave. And then I started to dry up. Just dry up. This cold turkey is awful. You know how sick I got. I told myself I was going to sweat it out, and I was sweating, too. I really was. Anyway, I had a bottle of whiskey there. I thought maybe that would help, get me over the hump, so I soaked it down. And I soaked it down. Anyway, I got stinking passed out drunk. I just passed. Listen, is there a window open, Captain? There's an awful draft in here somewhere.
No window open.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. I guess I'm just getting sick again. Anyway, I flopped down on the bed, and it was 11:30 in the morning before I woke up, and I wasn't feeling too sick, so I said, Hal, maybe you're over the hump. Maybe you're there.
Well, didn't you eat anything?
No, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry at all. I just would get into one chair, and I moved to the next one, and I'd take my shoes off, and I put them back on, but I was going to sweat it out. I made up my mind I was going to sweat it out.
But you didn't.
No, I didn't, I shot up about 8:30 last night.
Well, that was last night. What about today?
Well, I didn't give up the idea of kicking the habit. I figured I'd make it because it cost me my last $6 for the 3 caps the night before. See, I didn't have a cent left, so... Well, anyway, I didn't care how sick I got. I really stuck it out. I really stuck it out until about 8 o'clock. And then I thought I'd better go out and get some air. See, that's what I needed, some air. So I went down the street and I started walking, and it was getting worse all the time. It was just worse and worse. And I walked by where my connection hangs out. I just walked by. See, I didn't even stop.
You didn't have the money.
Well, that's true, but I went right by him anyway. See, I was feeling terrible. It was real bad. And I walked down the street and I saw this car. And it was in the back seat. There was a fur coat. And all kinds of things kept going through my head. Hal, get the coat, put it in soak, get money for a fix. Well, I walked around the block 3 times past that car, and the last time I stopped, and I was just about to open the door, see, and I stopped, and I said, Hal, what's the matter with you? You know what you're doing? This is what you said wouldn't happen to you. You're not going to be a thief like everybody else on the habit, so I just walked some more, and I thought, Hal, if you're in jail, it's cold turkey, and there's no questions asked.
So you pulled the hook on the fire alarm?
Yeah, that's right, I pulled the hook.
To get in jail?
Yes, sir, to get in jail.
Well, Hal, that's the only thing you were right about. Stairs together to wait arrival of detectives from the narcotics squad who would interrogate the boy in an attempt to learn his source of the drugs. At 9:30, a car came by the precinct house and took me down to 86th Street and York Avenue, where one of the candidates for mayor in the forthcoming election was speaking to a rally. The crowd was neither large nor disorderly. After the rally broke up, I resumed patrol of the precinct. At 11:30, I returned to the precinct house. As the sector car drove away, I walked up the worn front stoop into the muster room.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
All right. 11. Yeah, watch it there, Captain.
Huh?
Ain't sweat. The Mendicant squad just dumped 6 moochers in here.
Were they picked up in this precinct?
Yes, sir. Seems there was a migration from the Bowery. They came up in a lump.
Oh, Captain.
Yes?
There's a young woman waiting for you. No? Where?
She's
said she'd be right back. She asked if there was a phone here that she could use, and I told her there's no public phone in the precinct house. She'd have to go to the candy store down the block.
Who is she?
She's the sister of that boy who turned in the false alarm.
Oh. How about him? What happened?
He's back in the cells, Captain. A couple of men from the narcotics squad showed up and talked to him upstairs. Nat King came down with him. He said they're through with him. To lock him up.
And did she talk to her brother?
Yes, sir. One of the detectives brought him downstairs. She talked to him for a while in the back room. Then she said she'd like to wait for you.
See if you can get me Lieutenant King on the phone, will you? Is he upstairs?
Yes, Captain, I think so.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Step right up to bed. What can I do for you?
I want you to send a policeman home with me, will you?
What's the trouble there?
Well, I tell you, my landlady won't let me into my room.
Why not?
Well, she claims I'm 2 weeks behind in my rent. She said I'm locked out till I pay up.
Well, are you 2 weeks behind?
Well, it's not the point, is it? The point is, does she have a right to keep my clothes?
That's not our job to get your clothes back, mister. That's between you and the landlady.
Lieutenant King's on his way downstairs, Captain.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
thanks.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's all right.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. No. Well, can't you send somebody over there so she'll be at least reasonable? I don't care about the room. I can get a million rooms, but I want my thing.
That's a civil action, mister. You'll have to get out a summons on her and let the magistrate work it out.
Well, I owe her the rent, all right. That would count against me, wouldn't it?
Oh, there's Lieutenant King, Captain.
Okay, thanks.
Well, the point is, I don't have a clean shirt to wear to work tomorrow.
Matt,
Hello, Captain.
how did you and the narcotics squad make out with that boy?
Well, I came uptown to talk to him. I had him in my office for nearly an hour. Not so good with him.
No?
No, sir, he wasn't carrying. Didn't have a thing on him. While they were talking to him, I sent Novak and Howard over to have a look in his room. They couldn't find the works or any junk over there.
Well, he told me he disposed of the works.
Yes, I know. He wouldn't open up to us about his connection. But from what he told you about where he was walking, right by his connection, he said.
Yeah, that's right.
And from where he saw the car and from where he pulled the fire hook, they've got a pretty good idea on just about the location his connection hangs out. They're checking around to see if they can spot him.
Well, what about the boy, meanwhile?
Well, there's no narcotics case against him, Captain. We thought the best thing to do was go ahead and charge him with a false alarm. Might get 6 months out of that. Couldn't do much better, even if they did have a case.
Okay, Matt, thanks.
We'll go out and get a sandwich. How about you, Captain?
No, much obliged. I got a whole folder of reports in there.
Oh, that's his sister just came back in.
Yeah, they told me she wants to talk to me.
This is Rygate. This is Captain Kennelly.
How do you do, Captain?
How are you? I'll be back a little later, Captain.
Okay, Matt.
See you then.
They said you wanted to talk to me, ma'am,
That's right. If you have a minute.
in my office.
Yes. All right. I suppose you know it's about Hal.
Yes, I know. Mrs. Rygate,
Yes, that's right. Mrs. Joan Rygate.
you want to have a seat there?
Yes, thanks.
How did you find out about this?
Well, I have a friend that lives in the same building as Hal. Right across the hall, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
When the detectives came to look in his apartment before, my friend called me on the telephone. They told my friend that Hal was arrested. He was over here,
Where do you live, Mrs. Rygate?
in Hempstead. You know, Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my husband stayed with the children, and I took the car and drove on in. I don't know what I could do, but I came anyway.
Did you know your brother was a narcotics addict?
No, I didn't. Not until tonight.
Didn't you know something was wrong?
Well, not exactly. We haven't seen him all summer, not since the middle of June. He used to come out to the house every other week or so. He likes the kids. He just adores them. Well, I thought he was busy and didn't have time. You know how it is. How bad is it, Captain? You read about people getting cured. I was just wondering what he can do. What I can do.
Well, anything can be done. It's up to him.
Yes, I know. Well, we don't have much money. My husband has a small store out there. He's just getting started in business. We don't have too much, but anything I can do to help out, I'll be glad to.
What about your parents? Where do they live?
In Jersey. My father's dead. My mother remarried. She remarried a man with 3 young children. He couldn't go there. That would be impossible. I don't think she'd want him. I don't think she ever wanted him. Either of us. It's funny. She didn't want either of us, and now she's got 3 that aren't even her own. You were saying he could help himself. How can he do that?
Well, the public health law dealing with narcotics states that an admitted narcotic addict can have himself committed and subjected to treatment.
Oh, that would be good, but where would that be? In a hospital?
That's right, in a city hospital.
Oh, the hospital wouldn't be so bad. He's locked up back there now. He's never been in jail before in his life. Never. The sergeant out there told me that his bail is $500. For a $500 bail, he can get out. What do you mean? You put up $500 or the city keeps the $500 or what?
Well, he's just put up as surety that he'll appear for his trial.
Oh, I never knew exactly what it meant.
If he appears for the trial, the bond is released. But I don't think he wants to be released on bail. That's why he pulled the fire alarm, to get in jail.
That's what he told me, too. He wanted to get in jail where he'd be away from it, but where he couldn't possibly get it. He said he didn't care what happened to him. He cared how sick he got.
Well, what did you want with me, Mrs. Roswell?
I just wanted to find out what I could do. I just want to know what's best. What's best for Hal.
I think the best thing would be if he'd subject himself to treatment and help the detectives with what they want to know.
Oh, no, he wouldn't do that. I know he wouldn't. He told me that the people who sold him the dope were helping him out. That's all they were doing. They were helping him out when he was in trouble.
Yes, they help everybody out, especially themselves. The rest of the night was quiet in the precinct. At 7:45 a.m., the patrol wagon arrived to take the prisoners arrested during the night to court. Among them were 2 cat burglars and a parole violator who would be taken downtown to 100 Center Street to felony court. The 6 Boweryites arrested on their uptown mooching expedition and Hal Brider were taken to Arrest Part, Midtown Magistrates Court, 153 East 57th Street. At 8 a.m., I turned out the platoon, signed the blotter, and left the precinct. I had breakfast, called Ellen. Told her I had to go to court and would be home late. I window shopped on 5th Avenue and on 57th Street till 5 minutes to 10 when I walked into the courtroom. There were fewer spectators than people inside the rail, police officers, attorneys, bondsmen. The prisoners were guarded in the barred room off to one side. As the jail docket is always called first, the assistant district attorney told me my case would be through early. The magistrate entered and court was called to order. The first case was on a charge of assault from the 17th precinct. The complaining witness had lost much of his enthusiasm overnight.
I'll dismiss the charges for lack of evidence.
Case dismissed. You can go.
Order, please. Order, please.
Hallie Brider to the bar. Hallie Brider.
Yes, that's good.
Right over this way.
Is the arresting officer in court?
Captain Kennelly. Is Captain Kennelly in court?
Yes, I'm here.
Hallie Brider, you were charged with violation of Section 1424 of the Penal Law.
Are you represented by counsel, young man?
Sir, I don't need a lawyer. I'm guilty, Your Honor.
I can't take your plea here. All I can do is set bail and bind you over to special sessions.
Your Honor. Yes, Captain. This man is a narcotics addict. He admitted it to me. I think the district attorney would be willing to go along with a suspended sentence if he'd allow himself to be committed for treatment.
Is that true, young man?
No, sir, I'm all right. I don't need treatment. I don't want it. Now, look, boy, get some sense, will you? Look, there's only one place to kick it. That's jail. That's where. If you think that's easy... I know it's not easy. You think I'm having an easy time now? I'm sick now. I'm sick already.
I can't commit him, Captain, not unless he makes a voluntary application.
Yes, I know, Your Honor. I'm not going to volunteer.
Bail on the charge is set at $500. Remand for special sessions.
This way.
All right.
Just this way, through that door. Bernard J. Bexel. Bernard J. Bexel to the bar.
As a result of his failure to make the $500 bond, Hal Brider was taken to the Tombs to wait his trial in Special Sessions Court on charges of turning in a false alarm. Before I left, I stopped in the detention pen to talk to him. He was convinced that the answer was to sweat it out in jail. Cold turkey, as he called it. Symptoms typical of the withdrawal from narcotics had overtaken him. His eyes were watery. His head hurt. He was alternately hot and cold. He was genuinely ill, but he was determined. I left the court building and got a subway for home, not due back on the job until 8 the following morning. When I got to the precinct house the next day, I signed the blotter and turned out the platoon for the day tour. There was a teletype communication addressed to all precinct, division, and borough commanders to report in the lineup room at police headquarters, 240 Center Street, at 10 o'clock that morning. The meeting concerned police assignments in connection with the registration of voters and the subsequent election of city officers. The meeting lasted until 12:15. On the way uptown, just as we were entering the 21st, a signal 32 came over the air. The address, 734 East 81st Street, ambulance responding. I told my operator to make the run. When we pulled into the block, I saw the 2 Spectre's car, the sergeant's car, and the ESD car were on the job. All right, let's keep the sidewalk clear, Farrell. Have these people move on. All right, police officer. Coming through there. Police officer. All right, let me through there. Oh, hello, Captain. What have we got, Sergeant?
DOA.
Yeah?
I was just going out to notify the medical examiner.
What is it, natural causes?
No, sir.
Not homicide.
No, sir. You know who he is? He's your friend,
The false alarm, kid.
Where is it, Sergeant?
Top of the stairs, Captain. I'll walk up with you. Lieutenant King is here.
Oh? Is he?
Yes.
How did it happen?
Lieutenant King says it looks like an overdose. There was a hypodermic needle and 4 or 5 empty capsules around.
How did he get out of jail? I thought he was going to sweat it out there.
And my sister is here. She told me she went his bonds.
Oh.
Right in there, Captain. He's in there. She went down to visit him at the tombs yesterday afternoon. She paid a bondsman $25. He got out last night. In there.
Hello, Matt.
Captain.
What's it look like, Matt? An overdose?
Yes, sir. It's pretty obvious. Wanted to make up for a little lost time.
He's lost plenty of time now, hasn't he?
Sure has.
Did you find him, Matt?
No, sir, but I was on my way over here. We got his connection during the night. I called down to the tombs. They told me the boy was released on bail. So I was on my way over to see if he'd help us make a stronger case against this shover.
How was he found?
His sister came to see him. She promised she would at noon. She knocked on the door. There wasn't any answer. She got the super to open up. This is what they found.
He wanted to kick the habit.
Seems like the habit kicked him.
All right, I'll go talk to her. You better notify the ME, Sergeant.
Yes.
Mrs. Reigate?
It didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen at all.
You wanted to stay in jail. You wanted to sweat it out.
I couldn't stand to see him in jail. Not Hal. I just couldn't stand to see Hal in jail. I got a bondsman and I got him out. He didn't want to come out. He didn't want to leave. But I talked him into it. My fault. Oh, my fault. I know it is.
But if you got him out, why did you leave him alone last night?
Well, he said he'd be all right. And I have my children and my husband. He said he'd be fine. He told me he was going to kick the habit. He said he'd never touch this stuff again.
He won't. He's kicked the habit. He's kicked it for good.
"21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. You what? Smell gas. Where is this? E71? At what floor? You haven't found where it's coming from. That's right. Get the people out. See if you can locate where it's coming from.
And so it goes. Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Robert Reddick, Lawson Zerby, Jack Orson, Bill Smith, Raymond Edward Johnson, and Madeline Sherwood. Written and directed by Stanley Niss, produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Gaylord Avery speaking.
"21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. He's jumped or he's going to jump. Where is he? On a ledge? Where is it? E71? What floor?
You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
Yes, sir. I'll send assistance right away. Right away. You just stay there. Wait for the officers. Yes, sir.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my day tour, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. When I returned from patrol of the precinct at 2:20 p.m., the desk officer, Lieutenant Snyder, told me he had received word from the district attorney's office that 9 of my men, Sergeant Collins and 8 patrolmen, had been instructed to appear before the New York County Grand Jury at 10 the following morning. All had been at the scene when a gang of 5 safe burglars were apprehended 3 weeks earlier. I took the teletype communication concerning this matter and went upstairs to Lieutenant King's office in the 21st Detective Squad on the 2nd floor. Come in. Hello, Matt. Come in, Captain. How are you, Captain? Oh, all right, except for this communication we got. What communication is that? This. Matt, there were 4 safe and loft squad detectives there and 4 of your men when that collar was made. They don't need any of my men to make a case. For the trial, maybe, if it goes to bat, but not before the grand jury. I don't think so, Captain. All of those men are working the day tour tomorrow to take 9 men away and to really knock a hole in my platoon. Well, that's a mistake, Captain. Some assistant down there probably told his clerk to get all the police witnesses to the grand jury, and he did. Let's get it straightened out. Come in.
Captain, Sergeant Fry on PS calling you.
Oh?
He's on 1.
Taking out my desk, Captain. Thanks, Coleman. Captain Kennelly.
Sergeant Klein, Captain. How soon will you be downstairs?
In a few minutes.
Can you come right away, Captain? It's important.
All right. I'll be right there. I left the 21st Squad and went downstairs through the back room where the attendant was sweeping up. He nodded at me, and I nodded back. I stepped out into the muster room. Lieutenant Snyder was talking to a couple of complainants who stood before the desk. I walked over to the telephone switchboard. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. All right. You take your meal now. What is it, Sergeant?
Got a piece of bad news, Captain.
Yes? What?
A woman called in here from Queens. She said she was a neighbor of Sergeant Burns and his wife.
Yes?
She said that Mrs. Burns just got a telegram from the Army. Their boy was stationed at Fort Devens. He was killed in an accident this morning.
That's too bad.
A neighbor said she was calling from his house. Doctor's there for Fred's wife. They think he ought to come home right away.
Where is he?
On patrol, Captain.
All right, you better call him.
Yes, sir.
Communications Bureau, Patrolman Nelson.
This is Sergeant Klein at 21st. Would you have 651 call the 21st?
Yes, sir.
How did it happen? Did they know?
No, sir. Just a telegram notifying them so far. Neighbor said it didn't say much.
Mm-hmm.
Car 651, call 21st Precinct, K. 651, 10-4, K11.
How old was the boy?
About 19, 20.
He was their only child, wasn't he?
Yes, sir. His name was Fred, too. Fred Jr. Always talking about that kid. They loved to fish together. All he used to do when he was swinging or working the night tour, go fishing with his boy. What do I say to him when he rings in, Captain? I'd rather not be the one to tell him.
Have him come into the house. I'll talk to him.
Yes. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
This is Lieutenant King, Sergeant. Would you tell Captain Kennelly that was a mistake? None of your men have to appear at the grand jury tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'll tell him.
Okay, thanks.
It was Lieutenant King, Captain. They don't need any of our men for the grand jury tomorrow.
Oh, good.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Sergeant Burns, box 18.
Oh. Hello, Fred. Come into the station house, will you?
What's doing?
Captain wants to talk to you.
What's the matter?
Just come in, will you?
All right. Tell the skipper I'm on my way. I'll be on 5 minutes. And don't eat things that disagree with you.
He's on his way, Captain. He'll be here in 5 minutes.
Send him into my office.
Yes.
A large part of a policeman's job is conveying bad news. Hardly a day goes by that we're not required to notify a wife or mother, a father or husband that someone close is dead or sick or in serious trouble. These notifications are difficult enough when total strangers are involved. Telling a man you've known and worked with that his only son is dead is twice as hard. I waited in my office. I tried to read over a few of the reports that had accumulated, but my eyes turned automatically through the open door into the muster room. Finally, I saw Sergeant Burns walk in. He approached the desk, talked for a few seconds to Lieutenant Snyder. Sergeant Klein busied himself filing dated case cards. When Sergeant Burns crossed the muster room toward my office, my attention turned to the file of reports in front of me.
Captain?
Come in.
Yes, sir.
Shut the door, will you, Fred?
Lieutenant Snyder says you wanted to speak, Captain.
Yes, that's right.
Sit down, Fred. Yes, sir? Yes, sir? I've got some bad news for you, Fred.
What kind of bad news, Captain?
A neighbor of yours called in.
Nothing happened to Ruth. My wife's all right.
She's all right, yes. It's your boy.
What happened to him?
The Army sent a wire. He was in an accident. He's dead.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, Fred.
Are you sure? For sure it was Freddie?
Well, all we know is what your neighbor called in and told us, Fred. That's all.
How's this happen? What kind of an accident? Where?
I don't know, Fred.
Dear God. What am I going to do? How am I going to tell Ruth?
She knows, Fred. The wire came to your home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 19 years old, that's all. Just 19 years old. When he got out of the Army, he was going to try and get on the cops. I told him all the time, you don't want that, get into something where there's more money. But it made me feel good that he wanted to get on the cops, like I was setting a good example.
Well, sit still, friend.
Thanks, Captain. Thank you.
You stay in here.
Poor Ruth.
Oh, there's a doctor with her, Fred. She'll be all right.
Oh, yes, that's good. It's going to be kind of rough on her. She's got nobody else besides me and him. That's all she's got, Captain. Just me and him. Just me now. Just me.
You stay in here, Fred, or if you want me to stay with you.
No, sir. That's all right. You don't have to stay.
All right, Fred. Whatever you want.
What I want, I grab it.
I'll be outside.
Yes, sir.
How is he? You all right, Ken?
Yes, I think so.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. All right, 15. You think somebody ought to stay in there with him, Captain?
He wanted to be alone.
Hello, Captain. Matt, you got my message about your men not being needed at the grand jury tomorrow? Yes, sir. I gave it to him. You know what happened? It's a laugh. Somebody down at the DA's office. What's the matter?
Fred Burns just got word his son was killed.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, he was a nice kid. I met him once. We went fishing. Captain, don't you think somebody ought to be in there with him? I don't know whether it's good to leave him in there alone. He ought to have company.
This is one time a man doesn't need company. Not when he's crying. In about 20 minutes, Sergeant Fred Burns came out of my office. He changed to civilian clothes. I offered to have a man accompany him home. He refused. The rest of the afternoon was quiet. I turned out the platoon for the night tour at 4. From 4:30 to 6, I completed my paperwork and dictated a special report regarding changed conditions in the precinct in connection with the reopening of the schools. Shortly after 6 p.m., I signed the blotter and left the precinct to go off duty. The following day, before I reported for my night tour, I drove to the home of Sergeant Burns in Queens. I found the street with little difficulty, but every house was alike, except for the numbers on the doors. I parked my car and headed up the flagstone walk. Number 72 was a little different than the rest. There was a black wreath on the door. Hello, friend.
Oh, Captain. Come in.
Thanks.
I hope you'll excuse the way things look around here.
Oh, yeah, sure.
With all that's happened and Ruth so broken up, there hasn't been much chance to get things straightened out. They brought him home late last night. For a while, she's all right, Captain, then you know. I can't blame her. I feel that way myself.
I understand.
Ruth, this is Captain Kennelly.
You have my deepest sympathy, Miss Burns.
It's awful. It's awful.
Yes, ma'am.
Captain. He was going to be 19 next month. Raise a boy and see him like this in your own living room. He just got made corporal just the day before.
Rough.
Army sent that flag along with him, having 2 soldiers come over for the funeral. Army's been very nice about the whole thing. The CO called me up on the phone last night and told me how the whole thing happened. Would you like a cup of coffee, Captain? No, thanks. There's some on the fire in the kitchen. No, never mind. I think I'll have some myself. I haven't had a thing hardly since I first found out. Would you come in the kitchen with me? Sure. I'm just going in the kitchen, Ruth. I'll be right back. She's in bad shape. She's in terrible shape. I don't know how she'll be able to get through this, Right in here, Captain. You sure no coffee? No, I don't think so. 19 years old. That's all. Just 19. It was the hit-and-run driver that did it. Yes, I know. Lieutenant Gorman told me when I called the station house. Oh, yes, he was here last night. Well, sit down, Captain. Yes, he and everybody from my squad, everybody to a man. That makes you feel good. As good as you can feel. Did they get the driver? No, it was in town. You see, Freddie was made corporal, and the next night he got a pass, went into town to celebrate. You know how a kid is. Everything calls for a celebration. Yeah, I know. He had this other soldier with him, and they went out and celebrated. I guess they had a beer or two. I don't know. He wasn't much of a drinker, just a beer or two. That's all he'd ever touched. Anyway, they were walking back to get the bus for camp. I guess he stepped out into the street, and this car came along fast around the corner. The other boy got out of the way, all right, but Freddie didn't. Did the other boy get a look at the car? Yeah, he got a look at it. He said it was a black two-door. That's all he could see. The only thing he did say is he thought it was a soldier who was driving it. He couldn't even be sure of that. They're working on it, the MPs, the state police up there in Massachusetts. I hope they get the guy. You sure no coffee, Kip? No, thanks. I hope they get him. I raised that kid from nothing to 19 years old. I put about half of me into what's laid out there in that living room. Whoever it is, I want him to pay. I wouldn't want him to do it to another man's son. I want him to pay hard. I talked to Sergeant Burns a few minutes more. Finally, his wife came into the kitchen. She was a little better. He stayed out until Monday. When he reported back on the job for the night tour, I talked to him in my office for several minutes. He seemed fairly composed considering the circumstances and told me his wife had overcome the initial shock. After I turned out the platoon, I met with a committee of 3 Lexington Avenue merchants who complained of high-pressure solicitation of funds by little-known charitable organizations. I referred them to the Department of Welfare and phoned for an appointment for them to see the deputy commissioner the next day. At 5:30, I went on patrol and returned to the precinct house at 7:10 p.m. and walked over to TS.
A couple of messages for you, Captain.
Yeah?
And there's someone waiting for you.
Who's that?
Well, he said he was with...
Take the call, Sergeant.
Yes. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Where is that? Yes, ma'am. And we got a call on that from someone else a few minutes ago. The officers are on the way over. They should be there any second. You're welcome, ma'am. What's that, Sergeant? A family argument over on East 67.
Oh. Who is it that's waiting for me?
Lieutenant Nayland, Captain. He says he's with the 1st Army Military Police Apprehension Unit.
Where is he?
I asked him to wait in your office, and I told him you were due back in the house any minute. He's in there.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. I'll be in my office. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Lieutenant Nayland?
Yes, sir.
I'm Captain Kennelly.
How do you do, Captain? Lieutenant Richard Nayland, 1st Army MP Apprehension Unit.
I'm glad to know you. Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Well, what can I do for you, Lieutenant?
We got an arrest to make in your precinct, Captain.
Oh? You need some assistance?
Yes, sir, I think we will. But that's not the problem right now.
What is?
This feller's AWOL. We've had the house staked out since last night. His wife's apartment, that is.
Mm-hmm.
We're 90% sure he's up there, but nobody's shown their head out of the place since we've been watching.
Yes?
We thought either he or his wife would come out today. We'd like to wind it up, but we don't have a warrant. And being federal officers, we can't go in there without a warrant.
We can't go in there either, Lieutenant. Not under these circumstances. We've got to have reason to believe that there's evidence of a crime or a fugitive from a crime inside. And by crime, I mean a felony, not AWOL.
He also is a fugitive in connection with a felony.
Is he?
Yes, sir. The Massachusetts State Police have got a warrant out for him on manslaughter. He's suspected of driving a hit-and-run car that struck another soldier and killed him.
What was the name of the victim? And we got the request to apprehend from the MPs at Fort Devens. I didn't notice whether it was mentioned in the report or not. Oh, yes, sir, here it is. Corporal Fred Burns, Jr. I think we can be of assistance to you, Lieutenant. Thanks, Captain. Anything you can do will be appreciated. We're glad to do it. The victim's father is a sergeant of police in this precinct. Yes? Yes. Well, that's a strange coincidence. It doesn't happen every day. It's funny. I'm sorry. I guess funny is not quite the word. I told the MP officer the case was properly in the province of the detectives, and I took him upstairs to Lieutenant King's office. There, he said the suspected soldier's name was John Escher, private, first class, age 22. He said that Escher had a 24-hour pass on the same night Corporal Burns was run down. Escher borrowed a car from a friend. He returned it early the next morning. There was a large dent in the front right fender, and the headlight was smashed. Escher failed to report for duty the following day and had been AWOL since. This information had been forwarded to the 1st Army Military Police by Fort Devens MPs with a request that Private Escher's listed residence be checked. The residence was a small flat on the 3rd floor of an old law tenement building on East 76th Street. Lieutenant King and I sought all the available information from the MP officer. How many men have you got planted over there now, Lieutenant? Well, Lieutenant, we got the request yesterday from Fort Devens. I sent 2 of my best men right to the address. We staked the place out. We haven't seen either her or him since we've been there. She hasn't come out. Well, maybe she's not there. She might have gone to meet him someplace. There's somebody there, sir. I got hold of the people who live downstairs from them. They've been hearing voices and people walking around in the Escher place. People? That's what they said. 2 people at least. Has Escher had any previous criminal records you know of, Lieutenant, before he went into the service? No, Lieutenant, no record at all. He had gone AWOL once before. That was limited to company punishment. He overstayed a leave 48 hours. Well, Captain, suppose we go have a look. All right, Matt. But there's one thing. Yes, sir? Can I use your phone to TS? Sure. Thanks.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Clarence.
This is Captain Kennelly. Put out a radio call for Sergeant Burns.
Yes.
Tell him to come into the station house.
Yes, sir, right away.
I think he'd like to go along. I'm sure he would, Captain. In 5 minutes, Sergeant Burns was in the station house. He appeared to accept his instructions as he would in connection with any other duty assigned. We left the precinct house for the East 76th Street address at 10 minutes to 8. It was just getting dark. Lieutenant Nayland spotted the 2 men he had planted watching the buildings. He signaled for them to join us. Lieutenant King gave his instructions. He, Lieutenant Nayland, Sergeant Burns, and myself would lead the way up the stairs to the 4th floor. An MP and a detective right behind us would proceed straight up the stairs to the roof of the building to block an escape that way. The other officers would remain on the 3rd floor landing. All right, you drop off here. Yes, sir. Let the detectives and the MPs handle it, Fred. We'll stay in the background. Yes, sir. And you keep away from the boy. Yes, sir. All right, up quietly now. The door in the front. Penny, the tally, up to the roof. Right, sir. Okay. They're in there, I hear them.
Yes? Who is it?
I want to talk to John.
John isn't here.
And I want to talk to you. Open the door. I'm a police officer.
What do you want?
Open up or I'll kick it in. Open up.
All right.
Where's John?
He's not here, honest.
Isn't he?
All right. He is. But please, he's scared. He's scared half to death. He told me about the accident. He did. He said he didn't see that soldier. It wasn't his fault. It really wasn't.
Why didn't he stop the car?
I don't know.
Where is he?
He don't know why either. He just didn't, that's all.
Where is he?
In the bedroom.
Is he armed? Does he have a gun?
No, he doesn't have a gun.
All right.
Wait a minute, please. I don't know what's the matter with him. He's sick, I think. He came home and he wouldn't leave the house. He wouldn't let me eat, not even for food. He hasn't had a thing to eat all day. He's sick. I know he's sick.
All right, you stand there. You take care of her. Let's get him. John, open up.
No. Stay away from that.
Open the door.
Stay away, I'm telling you.
He said he'd jump out the window. That's what he said.
John? All right, let's push it in. Give me a hand. Okay, Lieutenant. Go on, friend. Yes, sir. Together.
Now. Stay away.
Again. Now.
What?
Get out of that window, boy. What are you trying to prove?
Don't come any closer. I'll jump. I swear I'll jump.
That's 4 floors down to the street.
I know what it is. Don't come any closer now. I'm warning you. Don't.
Now, look, John.
Stay where you are.
If Ralphie really told me he would.
We can stay here all night, John. We've got all the time in the world.
Stay there if you want. If you come any closer, I'll jump. I swear I will.
Ring in for ESD and an ambulance. Tell them what we've got. Okay, Kevin. Come out of that window, boy. Get some sense.
No, I'm not.
This isn't so bad. Not worth dying over.
Isn't it?
Can I talk to him, Captain? Man? Sure, Fred. Go ahead. Listen, son.
I'm not listening. Don't try to calm me.
All right, you're in a little trouble. Everybody's been in a little trouble.
Stay where you are. I'll go out, I swear.
That'd be a smart thing to do, wouldn't it? That's going to solve everybody's problems, huh?
You'll solve mine?
What about your wife? What about your folks?
Look, don't try to con me. Stay where you are now.
All right, now, come on, get out of there. Why make things worse than they are? It's not that bad.
Plenty bad.
Not so bad. For other people, maybe. Everybody knows you're sorry about running down that soldier. And AWOL isn't anything. It's nothing.
I'm telling you, stay away. I'll go out.
Do you know the soldier that you ran down?
No, I didn't know.
Well, then what are you worried about? Come on out of the window. You're throwing your life away over something that doesn't mean a thing to you. You'd probably get out of this whole thing anyway. It was an accident. Kid stepped off the curb. Right in front of you.
He did. He did. I had the light with me. It wasn't my fault. I didn't even see him. I just got a little excited, that's all. Just a little excited.
All right, now, come on. Let's sit down and talk about it, John. Just tell us about it.
What'll they do to me?
Nothing much. Take my word for it.
What's your guarantee?
I don't have any guarantee. You'll have to take your chances. But look at the chance you're taking going out the window.
All right.
Now close the window. Sit down in that chair.
Yeah. All right.
Here's a cigarette. Smoke it and relax. All right. Get back on the job, you men. Show's over.
All right, sir.
Good work, friend.
Thanks, Sergeant. I really didn't want to go out the window. I didn't know what else to do about it. There just wasn't anything else to do.
I'm Lieutenant Nayland of the MPs.
Well, that figures.
He's your prisoner, Lieutenant.
Sergeant, you're all right, Sergeant. You're okay. Thanks.
I just got away with boys.
Yeah. You must have one yourself.
No. No, I don't, Johnny. No children. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. What's the matter there? How do you know? And so it goes. Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. The police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Wendell Holmes, Lawson Derby, Ralph Camargo, George Petrie, Michael Dreyfus, and Elaine Ross. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Gaylord Avery speaking.
The 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Well, who got bitten? Owls? 4. Where's the dog?
You are in the muster room at the
Okay.
21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right. You just wait right there in the emergency room.
Yes, right there. I'll have an officer come over. Yes. Right away.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them if they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
21st Precinct, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. It was 3:55 p.m. when I came into the precinct house for my night tour, which would keep me on the job until 8 the following morning. As I signed the blotter, Sergeant Burns, who was filling in as desk officer, told me that acting superintendent of buildings of the department was in the house making a routine inspection. After I turned out the platoon, I went upstairs and found the acting superintendent of buildings on the 3rd floor. I called his attention to the cracked plaster in the hall ceiling on that floor and to the fact that during the last winter the radiators failed to heat the floor comfortably. On the way down, I showed him the worn condition of the stairs from the 2nd floor to the back room, and as we came out into the muster room, I told him about the plumbing difficulties in the cells.
Well, thanks, Captain.
Do you have any idea when these repairs will be made?
Well, there's a lot of work to do, Captain. There's nearly 100 buildings in the department, and most of them need work, lots of work.
Oh, yes, I understand that, but some need attention sooner than others, don't you think?
Oh, yes, some do. That's why I'm making the inspection.
Well, this muster room, for instance, it hasn't been painted since 1941. Did you realize that?
Captain, you know I'd like to do everything, and I'd like to do it right away, but there's been only so much money appropriated. Well, it's been a pleasure, Captain. Sign the blotter and get on my way. A little bit behind schedule. I still have to visit the 23rd this afternoon.
Where were you? Mr. Balney wants to sign the blotter, Sergeant Burns. Step on around the back of the desk, Mr. Balney.
Right over here, Mr. Balney. Well, thank you, Captain.
That one's got whiskers. I used to use it myself. Ring in on time.
What's doing, Sergeant?
Oh, nothing much, Captain. Except that young fellow over there is waiting to see you.
Who is he, do you know?
He says his name is Weald, Harold Weald. Said it was personal. I told him you were busy. He said he'd wait. He wouldn't tell either me or Sergeant Burns what was on his mind. Excuse me, Captain.
Yeah, go ahead.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Well, thanks for all your courtesies, Captain. I'll try to get something done, I promise you that.
Oh, what, ma'am? Absolutely necessary, Mr. Balney, that we get sufficient heat up on the 3rd floor. No one can work with that.
Listen, madam. Well, it's a long time until winter.
Please,
Captain.
madam. Yes, it was a long time since last winter, too. That's when I reported.
Madam, you have my word, Captain. There'll be someone here within 2 weeks.
That's a civil action, madam. If he owes you money, we can't collect it. You better see your lawyer.
I'll talk to that fellow that's waiting, Sergeant. Yes, sir.
If you can't afford a lawyer, go to the Legal Aid Society. The Legal Aid Society.
Mr. Weald?
Yes, that's right. Captain Connolly?
Kennelly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, listen, Captain, I'm sorry to bother you, but I got an awful problem. It's my kid.
Well, what's the trouble?
Well, she got bit by a dog.
When was this?
Friday morning.
Where?
In the playground there, 62nd Street, York Avenue.
Uh-huh. How old is she?
4. She's 4.
Excuse me, Captain.
Yes?
Division captain is calling in for you.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Sergeant. I'll take it in my office.
Yes, sir.
Come in, Mr. Weald.
Yeah, thanks. Her mother takes her to the playground almost every day.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Have a seat there.
I didn't think there was anything to it.
Excuse me a minute.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Captain Kennelly. Hello, Denny. Oh, just fine. When? Well, just a second. Let me look at my chart. Yeah, I'm working Monday. Where? All right, I'll be there. Okay, so long. How'd you happen to get bitten, Mr. Weald?
Well, I wasn't there personally. I was working.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Me, I'm a driver for the Ace Taxis. I should be on the job now, but I thought I'd better take off the afternoon and get this straightened out. Yeah?
How bad was the bite?
Well, bad enough, I guess. He got her in the thigh, He really dug in.
Did she get medical treatment?
Oh, yeah. My wife said the lady with the dog was very nice. Janet, that's my wife. She got kind of excited at first, but doctor fixed it up, said it was nothing serious. So I forgot the whole thing, until I got a call from my wife this afternoon.
Uh-huh. What happened then?
Well, my wife was all excited. She called my dispatcher, left word for me to call her. When I did, she said somebody had been around from the Board of Health. Told her they couldn't get hold of the lady with the dog, and if they didn't by tomorrow morning, she'd have to bring the kid down for rabies shots. There's 22 shots. It takes 22 days.
Well, where does the woman with the dog live? In this precinct?
I don't know whether it's in this precinct. It's Mrs. Charles Whitney, 190 Sutton Place North.
That's in this precinct, yes.
So I took a walk over there before. It's a big apartment house, very expensive. I started to go in. The doorman asked me who I wanted, so I told him the whole story. Mm-hmm. He buzzed up to the apartment. There wasn't any answer. He told me a policeman had been around 2 or 3 times today and the day before. Policeman couldn't find anybody there either. Is he from here, that policeman?
Yes, that's right. In dog bite cases, there's a 480V notice to be served on the owner. Mm-hmm. A notice to deliver the dog to the ASPCA for observation.
Well, anyway, I got to talking to the doorman, and he said he thought sure somebody was home because the elevator man heard the dog barking in the apartment when he went up there on the floor for something else this afternoon.
Oh, is that so?
Well, I'm only going by what the doorman said the elevator man said. Now, look, the lady was very nice, but I don't want my kid to go through any 22 shots. What's more important, the dog or the kid?
What do you think, Mr. Wheel?
Well, I know what I think. The important thing is what you think. That, Mrs. Whitney, her husband is a big-shot judge, the doorman told me.
You sit here, Mr. Wheel.
Well, I'll sit here, but is that going to get me action? That's what I want, action.
That's what you're going to get. I'll be right back. Sergeant Burns.
Yes, Captain?
What are you doing about a 480V on a dog bite case?
All right. Is that this one on Sutton Place North, Captain?
Yes, that's the one. What are you doing about it?
Well, it's still hanging, Captain. Lieutenant Snyder said he had a man go by there 3 times during the day tour. There's nobody home.
Well, did they go upstairs and see?
I don't know about that, Captain. He just said it was still hanging. They haven't been able to serve it.
I gave it to Singleton and told him to try as soon as he got over there.
You know who that is?
That's Judge Charles Whitney.
Yes, I know. Now, listen, the father of the child the dog bit is in my office. He's been told to bring the child down to start a series of 22 rabies injections beginning tomorrow morning, unless that dog is delivered today.
There doesn't seem to be anybody home, Captain.
Well, the father says the doorman told him there was somebody home. Now get on it.
Yes, sir.
I went back into my office and told Mr. Weald, the father of the dog bite victim, that we would make a further effort to serve the 480V notice on the owner of the dog. I advised him to return to his home and promised that we would notify him later concerning any results we obtained. Patrolman Singleton rang in and reported that he again went to 190 Sutton Place North and attempted to reach the occupants of the Whitney apartment by the house phone. There was no answer. He left a copy of the notice with the doorman. He was instructed to go upstairs and knock on the door. In the meantime, I read and signed such reports as had accumulated since I was last on duty and placed them in the box to be sent by messenger to division headquarters. At 10 minutes to 5, I went back out into the muster room and walked over to the desk.
Trying to reach the judge at his office, Captain.
Good. Sergeant Klein, did Singleton ring in again?
No, sir, not yet.
Judge Charles Winley's office, please. I thought this may be the quickest way to get some information, Captain.
Well, it might be, yes.
Hello? This is Sergeant Burns at the 21st Precinct. Is Judge Whitney there, please? Oh, is he? Oh, I see. Well, when? Well, thank you very much. Oh, did Mrs. Whitney go with him? Uh-huh. Yes, I see. Well, thank you very much. He's out of town, Captain.
Yeah?
He went to Boston for the American Bar Association convention. Secretary expects him back tonight. He's flying in.
Oh, did Mrs. Whitney go with him?
No, sir, not that the secretary knows of. As far as the secretary knows, Mrs. Whitney's at home.
I see. Look up the telephone number of their apartment and call over there.
Yes, sir.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Their phone might not be listed, though.
Yes, Singleton. What'd you find out?
Is that Singleton, Sergeant?
Hold on. Yes, sir, it's Singleton.
All right, let me talk to him.
Take it right there, Captain. Hold on, Singleton.
This is Captain Kennelly.
Yes, sir.
Did you serve that notice?
No, sir.
Well, did you go up to the floor?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Well, I knocked on the door, Captain. There wasn't any answer. Then I heard that dog bark inside. I knocked again. Finally, she came and talked to me through the door.
Who came?
Mrs. Whitney, Captain.
Oh, wouldn't she open the door?
No, sir. I told her I had the notice to serve on her to deliver the dog for observation. She said she wouldn't give up the dog. She wouldn't open the door.
Did you explain to her that the Department of Health just has to examine the dog, that they won't molest or mistreat the animal?
Yes, sir, but she refused to open the door.
Where are you calling from now?
The lobby of the apartment building.
All right. You stay there. I'll be right over.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir?
Put out a call for a car to come by the house for me.
Yes, sir, Captain.
She's there, huh, Captain?
She's there, yes. So's the dog. She wouldn't open the door.
CB, is this
Well, did she say why she wouldn't, Captain?
No, that's what I'm going over to find out.
What if she still refuses?
Okay.
You get a warrant to go in and get the dog.
That won't look very nice. Cops break down judge's door. Some headline.
Is this better? 4-year-old girl takes 22 anti-rabies injections. No headline.
You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way police work in the world's largest city.
When you were
And now back to 21st Precinct and Captain Frank Kennelly.
The disease of rabies is almost extinct. This is due almost entirely to the cooperation between police and public health authorities and the strict enforcement of the laws relating to dog bite cases. These laws call for the compulsory observation of dogs and other animals who are carriers of the disease after they have bitten, and for compulsory treatment of human victims bitten by an animal that has escaped. The fact that the disease is now rare does not lessen the strictness of enforcement. The idea is to keep it rare. At 5:05 p.m., the car came by the station house and drove me to 190 Sutton Place North, a new apartment building in the high rent classification. As we drove up, I saw Patrolman Singleton on the sidewalk in front of the building. A man was standing there talking with him. All right, wait for me here.
Hello, Captain.
Singleton?
Captain, this is Mr. Tedburn. He's the super of the building.
The resident manager.
Mr. Tedman?
How do you do?
You've been waiting down here since you rang in, Singleton?
Yes, sir.
I really don't see what's all the excitement, Captain.
Don't you?
The Whitneys are respectable people. He's an important judge. To have policemen running through the halls over something like this, it's ridiculous.
Mr. Tedburn, I've just been talking to the father of the girl who was bitten by that dog. If that dog isn't delivered for observation, that 4-year-old girl will have to start a series of 22 injections. Is that ridiculous?
Well, I just want to save embarrassment is all.
There's no embarrassment on our account. If she'd accept service with the notice, everything would be very quiet and simple. What kind of dog is it, Singleton?
Well, the doorman told me a boxer, Captain.
That is right, a boxer.
Ah, big fellow, hmm?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go up.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I come along also?
I'd be glad to have you, Mr. Tedburn. You can see that we don't embarrass anyone. The doorman held the door open for us, and we walked into the foyer of the building. It was decorated in black and white. On the elevator, Singleton directed the operator to take us to the 14th floor. When we got off, Mr. Tedburn led the way to apartment 14B. No one was in the hall. Either the neighbors on the floor didn't know what was going on, or they didn't care.
This is it.
Shall I ring, Captain?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. There it is.
Try again.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Whitney, we're police officers. We want to talk to you.
It is a wonder the neighbors haven't complained about that dog. He certainly does raise the roof, doesn't he?
Mrs. Whitney!
You know, Captain, I'm beginning to more and more see this thing from your point of view.
Are you?
Under these circumstances, I think I have a right to use my passkey. Oh, she's got on the door chain.
Quiet.
Yes,
Mrs. Whitney, please.
Go away. Close the door. Please.
I want to talk to you, Mrs. Whitney.
You can't take him. I won't let you.
I'm not going to take him. I want to talk to you, that's all.
Yes, quiet. Now, come on.
Where's she going? I don't know. Oh, she's coming back. She wants to put the dog in the other room.
I want you to shut the door and let me alone.
You don't seem to understand the seriousness of this, Mrs. Whitney.
You want to take Jeff away.
I don't want to take him away.
He's all we've got. Jeff's all we've got. We have no family, just Jeff, that's all.
I'm not going to take him away. I just have to give you this notice. Singleton.
Oh, yes, sir. Here it is.
I want you to take this, Mrs. Whitney.
No, I won't.
It's a notice to deliver your dog to the ASPCA by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, I'll take it, but I won't deliver him. I won't. You can't have him. He's the only thing I've got left. The only thing.
All right. Let's shut the door. Thank you, Mrs. Whitney.
I won't.
Do you think she will bring that dog down there? I don't.
She's been served with a notice. Okay, Singleton, get back on the job.
Yes, sir. People can live in a building 20 years, and you never know they ever existed. 20 years.
Hit that elevator bell, will you, Singleton?
Yes, sir. Then a little thing like this can cause so much trouble.
It's always the little things that cause trouble, Mr. Tedburn. People seem to manage the big ones. We rode down in the elevator. I thanked Mr. Tedburn for his assistance and came out of the building with Singleton. He resumed walking his post, and I got into the car and went back to the precinct house. There, as the officer who served the 480V form on Mrs. Whitney, I filled in the lower half and delivered it to the desk officer to be forwarded to the Bureau of Preventable Diseases, Department of Health. Sergeant Burns told me that Patrolman Mercado had come upon a boy, 17, in the act of turning in a false alarm. He chased him up the stairs of a tenement and over the roofs of 3 adjacent buildings before he was apprehended. The boy admitted turning in at least 5 false alarms during the last month. I went on patrol of the precinct, during which I stopped on post number 2, saw Patrolman Mercado, and congratulated him on the arrest. Later, while I was still on patrol, there was a radio signal to call in. We stopped at the nearest box, and I was told by Sergeant Klein that a visitor was waiting for me, Judge Charles Whitney. I had my operator drive me around to the precinct house. When I got out of the car, I instructed him to pick up his partner, who had been taking his meal period, and resume patrol. As the car drove away, I crossed the sidewalk and walked up into the muster room. Hello, Sergeant.
Captain. 21st Precinct, Sergeant.
Where's the judge?
I suggested the judge wait in your office, Captain.
Good.
Good.
All right.
Oh, what's doing, Sergeant?
Oh, it's been a quiet tour, Captain.
All right, I'll be in my office.
Yes, sir.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Open the what?
Judge Whitney?
Oh, hello, Captain. We've met before, haven't we?
Yes, I think so, at some dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sit down, Judge.
Thank you. I just got into LaGuardia from Boston an hour ago.
Yes, sir, I know.
I understand you were over to the apartment, Captain.
Yes, that's right. We were there. And I'm sorry if we found it necessary to be a little insistent with Mrs. Whitney, but I don't have to tell you the law in these dog bite cases, Judge. If I wasn't able to effect service the way I did, I would have been required to get a warrant and break the door down. I hope you were able to explain that to Mrs. Whitney.
Captain, I haven't been able to explain anything to Mrs. Whitney. She wouldn't open the door for me either.
Wouldn't she?
No. I came home from the airport and went upstairs and tried my key, and she had the chain on the door. Wouldn't open it. Wouldn't even talk to me. The building manager came upstairs and told me what had happened.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge.
Well, it's not your fault, Captain. I don't blame you. I should have seen it coming. Perhaps I even knew it was coming, and I couldn't bring myself to believe it.
What's that, sir?
A breakdown. I should have seen it the night I left for Boston. That was the same night that Jeff bit the child.
Oh?
He's a boxer, you know, so we named him James J. Jeffries, Jeff for short.
Mm-hmm.
I told her before I left that she would probably be called upon to deliver the dog for observation. And I should have seen from her attitude then that this was going to happen. I was in a hurry to catch the plane. She was all right until then. I understand she was fine when the dog bit the child, that she took the mother and the child to the emergency room, paid the bill, so forth.
Yes, that's the report we got, too.
But the minute I mentioned the possibility she might have to turn Jeff over for observation, she changed.
Well, what was the reason for the change, you know, Judge?
Yes, I do. I think I do. See, Captain, we had 2 sons, Richard and Charles, Jr. They were a year and a half apart, 19 and 20. They were in school at Yale. Last June, they were driving down to New York after school. Their car turned over on the Merritt Parkway. They were both killed. Both of them.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Judge.
If you have children of your own, you can imagine what it did to us. We went away, but that didn't help. Nothing helped. For myself, I found escaping my work. A judge can work hard, you know, and I did. But Nora didn't have anything like work, I suppose. She turned to the dog, as Jeff was the boy's dog. When she saw the possibility that she'd lose the dog, that brought it on. I'm sure that's the answer.
Well, it probably is, yes, sir.
She wouldn't even open the door. She doesn't even trust me.
If I'd have known what the circumstances were, perhaps we could have used some other means.
There wasn't any way for you to know, Captain. I'm not worried about that now. She's locked up in there alone. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know what's preying on her mind.
Well, if you want to go into the apartment, Judge, I can call the emergency squad to give us a hand. They have a way with doors,
Yes,
you know.
but that's only as a last resort. No, I'd like to try persuasion some more. I had the door open this wide, the same as you did. I called to her. She wouldn't answer. I couldn't think of anything else to say or do. I came over here. Do you have any ideas, Captain, besides the emergency squad, I mean?
Well, perhaps I have one, just one. It might work, I don't know.
Anything, Captain. I'm willing to try anything.
Judge Whitney was a forlorn-looking man as I left him sitting in my office and walked out into the muster room. I gave Sergeant Klein instructions to have a car drive around to the precinct house to pick us up. Also, I told him to have sector car number 1 go to the home of Harold Weald, the father of the dog bite victim. They were instructed to locate Mr. Weald and ask if he would accompany them to 190 Sutton Place North. The car came by to drive Judge Whitney and myself to his apartment house. We rode the elevator to the 14th floor in silence.
It's this way, Captain.
Yes, I know.
Oh, of course you do. Well,
I'd suggest you try your key again, Judge.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Still on the chain.
Nora! Nora! Why don't you try calling the dog? If he comes to the door, maybe she will, too.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Jeff, boy. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Come on, Jeff.
Usually comes when I call him, Captain.
Well, I think she has him in the back with the door closed. That's where she had him before. Nora, please come to the door, Nora, please. Nora.
Doesn't be any use, Captain.
Let me try. Mrs. Whitney. Mrs. Whitney.
Now that way to your right.
One good man, Captain.
Oh, yeah.
Took a little while to locate him, Captain.
Hello, Captain.
Judge Whitney and Mr. Weald.
Hi.
How do you do?
Judge, Patrolman Singleton.
How do you do?
Pleased to know you, sir. He told me about all the trouble you've been having, Judge. I don't like to cause any trouble, but after all, my little girl...
I think it's the other way around as far as trouble being caused is concerned, Mr. Wheel. Now, don't worry about that. Well, I think you better call the emergency squad, Captain. This isn't going to do any good.
Try again, Judge. Once more.
All right.
Nora. Nora, please come to the door, Nora. Nora. I think she's coming.
Please, close the door, Charles.
Let me in, Nora. You've got to.
Close the door and go away, Charles.
Sweetheart, now, please.
I'm not going to let you in. You're part of the law, too. You're on their side.
Mrs. Whitney.
Close the door, please.
This is Mr. Weald. He's the father of the little girl.
Oh, how is she?
She's all right, I think, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Jeff never bitten anyone before. I think it was an accident. I think he was just trying to get that red ball she was playing with. Just the red ball. He's a very good dog, really.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure she's all right?
We hope she'll be all right. She has to take 22 injections.
22 injections? Why?
Because we can't get Jeff to see that he doesn't have rabies.
Oh, Jeff doesn't have rabies. You know he doesn't.
We have to make sure, ma'am. That's the law.
I don't want to hear about the law. That's all I ever hear about.
You don't want that little 4-year-old girl to go through 22 injections, do you, Mrs. Whitney?
Oh, no. That'd be a shame.
Well, it's up to you.
It's not up to me. Jeff doesn't have rabies. Anybody can see that. Anybody.
When were you told to bring your little girl to the Department of Health, Mr. Weald?
Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock.
All 22 at once?
No, ma'am. It takes 22 days.
Oh, no. Poor little girl.
Now, nothing will happen to Jeff, Mrs. Whitney. Believe me. They'll take good care of him. You'll have him back.
They'll keep him. They'll take him away from me, just like everything else. 22 injections.
That's right.
And she's such a little girl. How old is she?
4.
Yes, 4. That's right. She was crying and her leg hurt her. But those little curls with a ribbon. I remember those little curls with a ribbon. I never had a little girl. I always wanted one. Not 22 injections.
Yes, ma'am. 22.
Please close the door.
Mrs. Whitney.
Please close the door. I can't get the chain off if you don't close the door.
Yes, ma'am. What's she waiting for? All right. Take it easy.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
There's a lot to be sorry about, isn't there? So much.
Thank you, Mrs. Whitney.
Nothing to thank me for. Jeff's in there in the bedroom.
I'll see that he gets where he has to go, Captain.
Good.
Young man?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Whitney.
Watch her. Watch her every minute. Every minute of your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Because without her, you won't have any life.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. He jumped, or he's going to jump? Where is he? On a ledge? Where is it? East 71?
And so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly. Featured in tonight's cast were Lawson Zerbe, Wendell Holmes, Bill Zuckert, Don McLaughlin, Barbara Weeks, Bill Lipton, and Donald Vane. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Gaylord Avery speaking.
Sergeant Klein. What do you mean you were robbed? Held up? So where did this happen? Where? Did he have a gun? There were two men. When was this? Just now?
You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center.
Where they went.
A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
Where are you calling from? Where? On what floor is that? All right. You take the elevator back downstairs. The officers will be right there. They'll be right there. You just wait. Yes, ma'am.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is my job. My job and the job of the 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st.
What makes a city? Not buildings, not subways, not business. People make a city. From dawn to midnight, from midnight to dawn, the rich and the poor and the good and the bad pour their lives together and stir up the city. As in the 21st, sometime in a way you'd least expect.
I was working my 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. tour. It had started to rain during the night, and it was still raining at 1:15 p.m. when I came out of the luncheon meeting of the Lenox Hill Lions Club, at which I spoke on the problems of juvenile delinquency. From the lobby of the hotel, I rang in. Sergeant Klein on TS told me everything was quiet. I instructed him to send a car for me. When it came, I had the operator, Patrolman Farrell, drive me to the New Era Theater, a movie house on First Avenue. I went into the lobby and was told by the manager that Mr. Crows could be found at the back of the theater near the candy stand. I saw him in the dim light, and I walked over. A cartoon was on the screen. Hello, Mr. Crows. Huh? Oh, Captain, how are you? Just fine. I had a report from Sergeant Collins on the night tour that you've been having some trouble over this way.
Yeah, that's right, Captain, but I told the sergeant what was on my mind last night. I appreciate you stopping by anyway.
Well, I'm giving instructions to the Mainliner post and in the cars here to pay special attention to the conditions.
Oh, well, thanks. Oh, just a second. Here's that scene. I get the biggest kick out of these cartoons. I don't know why. You ever see anything so funny?
Well, sure clever, all right.
Look in there, Captain. A rainy afternoon and business is just fine. You know, I got the answer to what's wrong with the picture business.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. If they make a good picture, you do business. Even on a day like this. It's simple. Make all good pictures.
How many kids, as a rule, hang out at that candy store at night, Mr. Claus?
Well, you know, it varies. Now, on a nice night or a Saturday, there's a whole gang of them. They yell and they make jokes at the people coming on their way to the theater at night. And that can scare them. I don't need my patrons scared away. Condition at the box office is bad enough, and it's not healthy for the neighborhood.
All right, Mr. Claus, we'll see what we can do about it.
Look at that rabbit. How do you like that? You know, I see a feature picture once, I'm through with it, but I can watch these cartoons 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, well, if the condition doesn't clear up, Mr. Claus, you just get in touch with me.
Oh, is this the cop looking for you, Captain?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, Captain.
Yes, Farrell?
Signal 30 just came over.
Yeah?
Hold up just around the corner at 340. I thought you might want to take a look.
Yes, I do. So long, Mr. Claus.
Thanks, Captain. One man, no description put out yet.
All right. Let's go. I left the theater with Patrolman Farrell. It was still raining. We got into the car, and he drove around the corner to 340, a loft building. The sector car and the sergeant's car were already there. Sergeant Burns had posted his operator at the front door of the building to keep the curious out of the lobby. He held the door open and nodded as I went in. The lobby was long and narrow, the building old and grimy. At the far end of the lobby was a single old-fashioned elevator. Sergeant Burns was talking to a woman dressed in a raincoat, a woman about 35. The sector men and the patrolman on post were questioning the elevator operator several feet away. I walked to Sergeant Burns.
Do you know how much was in the envelope exactly?
Hello, Sergeant.
Well,
Captain?
there was $1,362.25.
Exactly?
Yes.
How did you know that?
I just came from the bank. It was the payroll.
Oh. Captain Kennelly, this is Miss Beatrice Parazzoni.
How do you do?
Is that how you pronounce it, Parazzoni?
Please meet you. Yes, that's right.
She's a bookkeeper for a firm up on the 6th floor, Captain. She's coming back from the bank with a payroll. Man followed her into the lobby and onto the elevator, pulled a gun, took the package. Then he forced the elevator operator to take them back down to the ground level. He got off, told him to go straight up to the top. Is that about right, Miss President?
Yes, that's right, exactly.
Did you get a description, Sergeant?
Yes, sir, as good as they could give me.
I didn't remember much. I honestly didn't. I could only look at that gun. That's all I could see.
The elevator operator's not so good with the English. I called TS, gave him the best description we could get.
Good. What kind of company is it you work for?
Well, it's a place that makes optical lenses, you know, for eyeglasses.
Yeah.
It's just a small company, about 14, 15 men working in the shop and myself in the office with the boss, that's all. That was the whole payroll, $1,362.25, the whole payroll for a week.
Where's your boss? Did you tell him about it?
I stopped up on the floor to call the police. He's not there. He's out selling. He's usually in the shop in the morning and he goes out seeing customers in the afternoon.
How long have you been employed there, Miss Parazzoni?
Oh, almost 10 years, between 9 and 10.
You never had anything like this happen before, did you?
Oh, no, nothing like this at all, never.
Well, it's 5 minutes after 3 now, Miss Parazzoni. What time did you leave the office for the bank?
Well, it was just about 2 o'clock. On payday, I usually work all morning until I get the payroll finished, and then I write out the check, and the boss signs it before he leaves to call on customers. I had the check, and I went out to lunch. And then I was going to the bank right before it closed to come back here in time to make up the payroll for when the men go home.
You follow this pattern pretty much every week?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you pay on the same day every week?
Oh, yeah.
And do you go to the bank just about the same time?
Yes, they're usually right before it closes.
Oh, Sergeant, you ought to have the sector car and get back on patrol. We don't need them here anymore.
Yes, sir, Captain. All right, Ryan, Thomas.
I really ought to be getting upstairs and back to work, Captain. I don't know what I'm going to do about the payroll today. I don't know where I can reach the boss, and the bank is closed. It'll be a shame for the men to go home without their money. Can I go upstairs now and see if I can get it straightened out?
Well, the detectives will be here any minute, Miss Parazzoni. They'll want to talk to you. I think you ought to wait down here until they come.
Captain?
Hello.
Ring in when you get back in service.
I don't see what I have to wait for the detectives So I told you everything I know. I told you and that sergeant and the police in there.
Yes, well, it's the detective's case. It's up to them to conduct the investigation.
I see. Out of all people, Captain, I don't know. Why did he pick on me? The funny thing, he picked on me.
Is it?
I guess he didn't pick on me. He just picked on the $1,300.
The essential duty of the uniformed force is patrol. When the criminal is unknown or has fled, it is the job of the detectives to investigate. In this, as in all similar cases, the 21st Detective Squad under the command of Lieutenant Matt King was notified by the desk officer immediately on receipt of the report. Within a few minutes, Detectives Ben Novak and Whitey Howard were on the job. Sergeant Burns opened his memorandum book and from notes he had taken for his UF-61 and unusual occurrence report, gave them the facts as he had learned them. He introduced them to the victim and to the witness, then resumed patrol. I returned to the precinct house. It was still raining, but not nearly so hard. I walked to the telephone switchboard where Sergeant Klein was on the boxes.
Hello, Captain.
Any messages, Sergeant?
No telephone messages, no, sir, but there was a communication on the teletype addressed to all precinct, division, and borough commanders. I put it on your desk.
Good. Tell Glass I'll read and sign whatever report he's got ready now.
Yes, sir.
I'll be in my office.
Yes, sir. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Captain Ellie. Hello.
All right, 24.
Oh, hello, Mr. Cross. Captain, can I talk to you for a minute? What's the matter? Are those boys at the candy store giving you trouble this early in the day? No, I'd just like to talk to you, Captain, if I could. Yeah, sure. Come into my office. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Go ahead. Have a seat, Mr. Cross. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Well, what's on your mind? Well, Captain, I'm a curious type, you know. Like anybody else, I like a little excitement. So on. But when that cop came in and told you there was a signal 30 around the corner, I got sort of interested. It's no secret what a signal 30 is. It's an armed felony, right? That's right. Well, anyway, I figured I'd like to see what's going on. So when you left, I got my raincoat and I walked around the corner. The cop was standing at the door of the loft building, so I couldn't get in. But I looked through the door and I saw that girl you were talking to, and from the conversation around there, I found out that she was held up for a payroll. Right? Yes, that's right. What about it? Well, look, it's none of my business, maybe. I feel like an idiot. Well, you came here to tell me, didn't you? Yeah, I did. That girl, Captain, the one that was held up, she did an awful funny thing a little while before. Well, what do you mean? About 2 o'clock, I was standing in the lobby there. In the lobby of the theater. It was raining outside, and I was still wondering how we were doing all the business we were doing so early in the day with the weather. But a good picture will bring him in. That's all you need. What about the girl? Yeah, well, I guess it was about 2 o'clock. I remember because she had on a funny brown raincoat with a plaid pattern. You know, the one she was wearing. Yeah. Well, she bought a ticket and she came in the theater. Did she? Yeah, she did. Now, I know that's not funny in itself. I wouldn't have noticed her except for that raincoat. But I stand in the lobby a few minutes, talk to the ticket taker, go to the box office, talk to the cashier, shake hands with a few patrons. Mm-hmm. Then it's about 2:10, maybe 2:15, and I see this raincoat walking out again. Well, I figure this is funny. So I stop her in the lobby and I say, "What's the matter, lady? Did you see the picture before? If you saw the picture before, I'd be glad to give you your money back. We don't want any dissatisfied patrons." Now, what'd she say? She said no, she didn't see the picture before. So I told her, "Look, lady, if it's not the kind of picture you think it is, or you don't like it, let me give you a free pass. You can come back some other time. You know, we do these things for public relations." So she says, "No, everything is all right. She doesn't want her money back or anything like that." Anyways, while I'm standing there talking to her, a man walks out of the theater, and he walks right past without saying a word. Well, she sort of looks at him like she was going to say something, like she knows him, but he walked out and he didn't even turn to her. Yeah? Well, that's all. Is it? Yeah, except that she left. Well, I see I shouldn't butt in anybody else's business. Sit down, Mr. Claus. You think there's something to it, Captain? I thought there was something to it. That's why I came over here, but I can't figure out what. What did the man look like? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Was he tall? Oh, I couldn't say he was exactly tall, but I couldn't say short either. Medium, maybe. You sure it was the same girl? I'm positive. I never forget a face, and I never forget a raincoat. In the whole city of New York, there couldn't be 2 raincoats like that, at least in this neighborhood. Listen, Captain, you think there's something to it? You think I hit on something? Maybe. For what? What? Mr. Crows, it's just like in your business. They're not all good pictures. Some of them we have to clear up. The inconsistency of witnesses and their honest mistakes are major problems to law enforcement officers. The whole truth is not an easy thing at which to arrive. In this case, the victim of the robbery, Miss B. Parazzone, made no mention of stopping at the movie theater en route to the bank. The theater manager said he saw her there. This discrepancy could be either a mistake of identity, a coincidence, or of great importance. I asked Mr. Crows if he would mind telling his story again. He agreed, and I took him upstairs to the 21st Detective Squad on the second floor. In my presence, he repeated the events as they occurred. Lieutenant King questioned him in great detail.
When you saw her in the lobby, do you remember what kind of hat she had on?
Well, it wasn't a hat exactly, Lieutenant. It was a bandana-like, a handkerchief over her head. It was raining. You know, lots of girls wear those things when it rains.
And you couldn't see what color hair she had?
No, but it was the same girl. Take my word for it. It was the same girl.
Was she carrying anything in the theater?
What do you mean?
You mean a package or a pocketbook, anything like that?
Yeah, she was carrying a pocketbook.
Anything else?
An umbrella. She had an umbrella.
What kind of umbrella?
What do you mean, what kind of umbrella?
What color was it? What kind of handle did it have?
Oh, I don't remember those things, Lieutenant. I didn't take that much notice of it.
When you looked through the door at the building and you saw her standing there talking to me, Mr. Crows, did she have the umbrella in her hand then?
Well, I don't remember seeing it, Captain. Maybe she put it down someplace. I don't remember. She might have had it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Crows. Thanks a lot.
Look, I don't know. Maybe I'm just shooting my mouth off. I don't even know what it all means. Probably just wasting your time and my time, too. What am I doing here? I should be over there thinking up ways to promote that stiff I've got opening on Monday.
You're not wasting our time, Mr. Crows. We've got to consider every angle.
Well, that's what I figured.
Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. Crows.
That's all right.
We'll keep an eye on that candy store.
I appreciate that, Captain.
Novak. Ben Novak.
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Come in here a minute, William.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Matt?
I don't know. She could have had a good reason for stopping in the movie. If it was her.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Shut the door, William. On this robbery this afternoon, Ben, how close did you question the girl, the victim?
Hello, Captain. Ben. Well, like I told you, she accounted for her time to the minute. Says she left the office about 5 minutes to 2. She said she went down to the restaurant and had a sandwich. And then she went to the bank and started back for the office with the payroll.
Did she say anything about any stops in between?
No, sir.
She couldn't have forgotten about making a stop someplace, could she?
No, sir. I went over it with her 3 or 4 times.
She was pretty hazy on the description of the guy, wasn't she?
Nothing definite. She said she was pretty scared. All she could see was the gun.
How about the elevator boy?
Well, I couldn't get much out of him. His English is pretty slim. Hernandez will be in at 6 o'clock. I'm going to see if I can get him to ride up there with me. Man lives on 106th Street. Hernandez can talk to him in Spanish, and maybe we can find out something that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How'd you leave it with this girl?
Well, I told her we might want her to take a look through some mugs in the rogues gallery, see if she could pick out the man.
Mm-hmm. When did you say you might do this?
I said I might call her this afternoon. She said she'd be willing to ride downtown with me after she got finished work.
Did you talk to her boss, Ben?
Yes, sir.
What did he say about her?
He says she's been there about 10 years. She's a good bookkeeper. He says she practically runs his business when he's away.
Mm-hmm.
She's 36 years old. She lives with a married sister up in Washington Heights. Well, what's the deal, Lieutenant? What's this all about?
She may not have told you a straight story about what happened after she left the office.
No?
What'd you call her, Ben? Tell her you want her to take a look at some of the mugs.
When, after she gets finished work?
No. I want to get it straight right now.
I left the detective squad and walked downstairs through the back room where Patrolman Glass, the 124 man, was posting the latest teletype alarms. I saw Sergeant Waters come in the front door as I walked into the muster room. I called him aside and told him of an order that had come through assigning to the precinct a patrolman who had just been flopped after 8 years in the 10th Detective District. The man would be in Sergeant Waters' platoon. We conferred for a few minutes regarding the proper assignment for this man, whether he should be given a fixed post or made recorder in a second car. We looked over his departmental record and discussed the mental effect that emotion might have on the performance of his duties as a patrolman. It was decided to put him on post number 3. Sergeant Waters went into the locker room to change to his uniform. Other men of the night tour were coming into the station house. I walked over to TS.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Yes, sir, Captain. That's all right. Go ahead. Take the call.
Who? Somebody's kidding you, mister. It's the 21st Precinct of the Police Department.
All right. Yes, Captain. Get me division, will you, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Now, hold it a minute.
No, we were coming here.
Just a second now, Miss. I've got a call upstairs.
I thought we were going downtown, look over some pictures.
We are, yeah, but I've got to check something here first about the car. Sergeant, could you ring upstairs for me?
Yeah, sure, Ben.
Hello, Miss Parazzone.
Oh, hello.
Well, are you feeling better now?
Oh, yes, a lot.
Well, who do you want up there, Ben?
Lieutenant King.
Is Lieutenant King there? This is Sergeant Klein on CS.
Ben Novak wants to talk to
Got any idea yet who that hold-up man was?
Well, the detectives are handling it now, miss.
Oh.
Lieutenant King is on his way downstairs, Ben.
Oh, good. Oh, here he comes now. I just called up for you, Lieutenant.
Yep. Hi, Captain. Hello, man.
Lieutenant, this is Miss Beatrice Parazzoni. She was the victim in that hold-up before.
Oh, yes. How do you do, Miss Parazzoni?
Hello.
We're on our way downtown to look over some mugs to see if she can identify the man. How's the car? Is it tied up?
I sent Whitey up to the 23rd to pick up a fellow that we're holding there. He'll be back in a minute. Can you wait?
Have you got time, Miss Parazzoni?
Yes, I guess so. How long do you think it'll take downtown to look at the pictures in it?
Well, there's a lot of pictures, isn't there, Captain? Yeah, plenty.
Well, I'll call my sister. She's expecting me home for dinner.
Oh, I think you'll be home for dinner, all right.
We're kind of early.
Now, according to Detective Novak, you said you went downstairs about 2 o'clock or 5 minutes after. You went to a restaurant, had a sandwich for lunch, then went to the bank. You got the payroll and started back at the office. That's what she said she told you. Is that right, then?
Yes, sir, that's what she said.
Well, that's what I did then.
I just wanted to get it straight. How long has your boss been in business there, Miss Parazzoni?
He started just before the war.
Have you been with him all that time?
Well, practically, Captain. I came in 1943.
You live with your sister, is that right?
Yes, that's right, up Morrison Heights.
She and her husband.
And their boy. They have a boy 6.
How old are you?
36?
You ever married?
No, sir.
What do you do when you're not working, Miss Parazzoni?
That's sort of a personal question.
Well, maybe. I'm just a curious type.
Nothing much.
You have a boyfriend?
I don't think I have to answer that, do I, Captain?
Well, it's up to you.
What do you want to know all about me for? I'm beginning to resent this.
Well, when something like a robbery happens, he wants to know all about everything. Do you have a boyfriend?
No, sir.
Captain, are you going to turn out the platoon? Yes, right now. They come marching right out here, miss. Captain, can we wait in your office for a minute? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. All right. Right this way, Miss Parazzoni. Then, yes, sir. Won't be for a few minutes. Platoon! Forward! You want to say anything to them, Captain? Yes. Second platoon.
Platoon inspector, sir.
Roll call.
Ahern? Yes. Coley? Yes. Eisman? Yes. Last? Yes. Startle? Yes. Nelson? Yes.
As the roll was being called, I realized what course Lieutenant King was taking with the hold-up victim, Beatrice Parazzoni. He wanted her brought into the station house, but without getting her unduly alarmed. Hence the excuse about the car and the interrogation in my office instead of upstairs in the detective squad. He had timed it perfectly. I spoke to the platoon and instructed the sector men and men on post to correct the condition which existed at the candy store near the New Era Theater and to watch for similar problems at other movie houses in the precinct. I read the alarm concerning the hold-up man wanted for the robbery in the precinct that afternoon. All right, Sergeant. Post the platoon. I'll be in my office, Sergeant. Yes. Matt? Oh, come in, Captain. I want to get at these reports here. That's all right. We're just talking. You're sure we're not disturbing you here, Captain? No. Go right ahead. Dan, do you want to check on the car?
Okay, Lieutenant.
Close the door, will you?
Yes, sir.
What else do you do in your spare time, Miss Parazzoni?
Well, I read and I sit with a baby when my sister and her husband go out. And I like to go to a concert once in a while. I like music.
What else?
Nothing much else.
Movies? Do you like movies?
Sure, once in a while.
When do you go? At nights?
Yeah, at nights. I work in the daytime except Saturday and Sunday. The movies are usually too crowded on Saturdays and Sundays. There's other things to do.
You ever go in the daytime?
No.
Then why did you go today?
What do you mean today? Who said I went to the movies today?
Did you?
Well, yeah, for a little while.
Now, wait a minute, just a second. I don't understand this. Just when did you go to the movies?
When I left the office.
You mean at 2 o'clock?
Yes, that's right.
You didn't say anything about that to anybody before?
Well, I didn't think it was important.
Turning out to be important, isn't it?
Yes.
And why didn't you think it was important before?
I don't know. I just didn't think so, that's all.
What was the name of the man you met there?
Where?
At the movies.
I didn't meet any man.
Supposing I told you were seen with a man there.
All right. I knew you'd find out. He said you wouldn't, but I knew you'd find out.
Sure. We find out everything, don't we, Captain?
Most of it.
I didn't want to do it. I really didn't. I was afraid, and it wasn't right, and I didn't want to do it, but he said it wouldn't hurt my boss or me, only the insurance company. Nobody would find out about it.
He was wrong, wasn't he?
Yes, he was wrong.
Why did you meet him in the theater?
He wanted me to tell him how much was in the payroll.
What's his name?
Jack Crook. Oh, how you can get fooled. Sure can get fooled. He sounded so nice when I first met him.
Where was that?
On my vacation in the mountains.
Where, at the hotel?
Yes, that's right. I took my 2 weeks and I went away. I didn't expect to meet any man. All I wanted to do was get a little country air, a little sunshine, that's all. But he was there, and we danced, and we went boating, and we swam together. I didn't even go up there with any intention of meeting a man. Maybe I used to, but I got over that. It was really very nice. Very nice. And then when I came back to the city, he took my telephone number. I never expected to hear from him, really.
But you did.
Yes, he called, and we started to see each other in the city. You know, he'd come over and we'd go to a movie, take a walk, something like that.
How long ago was this?
Well, I got back from my vacation 3 weeks ago. Then last Sunday night, we took a bus ride. It was so hot, we just had to get out someplace. We went up to Fort Tryon Park, and we sat on a bench upstairs. I could see that he had something on his mind. I thought he was going to ask me to marry him. That's what I thought. I really thought that. And then he finally told me what it was.
This?
Yes, I was so surprised. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say a word. I didn't know he was that kind of guy. He was so nice.
Well, then why did you go ahead with it?
Well, I wasn't going to. I told him no. And then he said all he wanted the money for was for us to get married.
Is that why you did it? So he'd marry you?
No, I don't think I would have married him. I just did it because he wanted the money so bad. That's all. I wouldn't have married him ever, believe me.
Weren't you still afraid, Bee?
Yes.
Well, then why did you go through with it?
Oh, I don't know. I guess because he was so nice to me. At least for a month, I had a good time. I figured I owed him something, that's all.
Where does he live?
I don't know. He never would tell me. Some hotel, I think.
Is Jack Curley his real name?
I don't know. I think so.
Where can we find him?
Well, he was supposed to meet me tonight.
Where?
In a bar on Broadway, way uptown, 8:30. But I got to thinking, I think that all he wanted was the money from this. I think he made the date just so I'd go through with this today. I don't think he's going to show up. I don't think I'll ever see him again.
You'll see him again. Maybe not tonight, but I guarantee you'll see him again.
"21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Who's dead? Who? She was killed. Ah. Where is it? Where? 88 East what? East 70. Who is this calling? What's your name? Doris what? All right. Just stay right where you are. The officers will be there right away. Yeah, right away. Oh, don't worry about it.
So
Take
it goes.
care of it.
Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan, in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Elspeth Eric, Mandel Kramer, Wendell Holmes, Bill Smith, and Lawson Zerby. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. Stole your what? Your safe? Well, where is this? Where on Lexington? What is it, a store?
You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through.
When did you discover?
You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right, the officers will be right over there. That's right. Just stay there. The officers will be right there. Yeah, right away.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st. 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. Tours vary like the weather. Some are calm, 8 hours with hardly a murmur in the precinct. Others are stormy. The switchboard hums continuously, and the sector cars hurry from one run to another. This tour was a stormy one. When I came on the job at 7:30 a.m., a 3-alarm fire in an old brewery near the East River had just been brought under control. 2 city firemen had been overcome and taken to Metropolitan Hospital. At 8:16 a.m., a bus and a taxicab collided on 2nd Avenue. The driver of the cab and his 2 passengers were injured. Shortly after 9 o'clock, there was a call that a paint store on Lexington Avenue had been burglarized during the night. I was still at the scene of the accident when Patrolman Farrell, my operator, rang into TS from a call box and informed me of the burglary. We made the run to Lexington Avenue. The men from Sector 4 and Sergeant Burns were already on the job. Farrell parked between their cars in front of the paint store. You stay with the car, Farrell.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Well, what do we got, Ross?
Safe job, sir.
Yeah?
Says they hauled it away. They just rolled it out the front door and carried it away.
All right.
Well, watch the door, Captain. That's the way they got in and out.
Okay.
Sergeant Burns says the detectives might want to try it for fingerprints.
All right. Stay on the job here. Keep the sidewalk clear.
Yes, sir.
What time do you usually open the store, Mr. Heelis?
The same time, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock every day.
Hello, Sergeant.
Captain. Mr. Heelis, this is Captain Kennelly.
How are you?
Some mess to come to work to. Some mess.
Mr. Heelis is the proprietor, Captain, Mr. George Heelis. He opened up this morning and found the place had been burglarized during the night.
The whole safe they took. The whole safe. Well, you'd think the safe would be safe. The whole thing.
Did you notify the detective, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. I rang in as soon as I saw what it was. T.S. called upstairs to Vitaly, who was catching. He notified the safe and lock squad. He's on the way over here himself.
Where was the safe?
Right back here, Captain. Right back here in plain view. With a light on it. I always make a practice to leave a light on it. It's right here. In between brushes and wallpaper.
What kind of safe was it, Mr. Heelis?
A black one.
No, I mean, do you know the name of the manufacturer and the style number?
Oh. Well, tell you the truth, no.
Well, when did you buy it?
Well, let's see. I had it when I removed to this location. Had it about a year then. I've been here 9 years, so I got the safe about 10.
It's important that the detectives have a description of the safe. Don't you have the manufacturer's name and the model number written down someplace?
Well, yes, to tell you the truth, I think I do. I think I got the original invoice from when I bought it.
Well, good. That's all they'll need. Where is this invoice?
In the safe.
That figures. How was the entry made, Sergeant?
The street door was jimmied, sir. It was a neat job. They got a bar in between the door and the frame and just snapped off the latch.
Yeah.
Now, when I walked up to the door, I could see something was screwy, Captain. I just touched it and it opened.
The lock was broken off.
Listen, I got my insurance policies in the safe, too. How does that make me stand uninsured?
Well, you don't need your policy. Just get in touch with your broker. Do you have any cash in the safe?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's why I keep the safe primarily.
How much?
Oh, $600-700.
Your receipts from yesterday?
Well, most of it. $450 is the receipt from yesterday. The rest is extra cash I keep around.
Why?
Why? Tell you the truth, Captain. It's a couple of $100 I had. I didn't want my wife to know about. You know, mad money. She knows everything I'm doing, how much I got in the bank down to the last nickel. You see, I'm the president, and she's secretary and treasurer of this little corporation we got here, Space Incorporated. And she takes job seriously, and I figured I'm entitled to a couple $100 she don't know anything about.
What is it, $600 or $700? I've got to have them definite for a report.
Well, between, I don't know. I have to check the register and so forth.
What else did you have in there, Mr. Healer?
Oh, a couple of dollars in stamps. Oh, for crying out loud. My war bonds. My war bonds was in there.
Well, you won't lose anything there. You have a record of the serial numbers.
Oh, yeah. Also in the safe.
Well, you sure had a lot of faith in that safe, Mr. Healer.
Well, who would have thought, you know? Listen, the government will make good on those, won't they? That's my hard-earned money in those bonds. What happened?
Well, you better get in touch with the Treasury Department as soon as you can, Mr. Healer.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
As a matter of fact, we'll notify them ourselves.
Anything else in there, Mr. Healer?
My accounts receivable. Listen, how much chance is there of getting them back? I mean the bonds and the accounts receivable. I don't care about the cash. You know, this could develop into an expensive proposition. Treasury might give me a hard time, and without the accounts receivable, well, to tell you the truth, I'm a dead duck. Accounts payable, who cares? The people I owe, if I don't pay them, they'll let me know. But the people that owe me aren't going to come around here and volunteer the money. No, sirree. You think I can get it back, Captain, the contents? Besides the cash, I mean?
You probably will, Mr. Healer. So all they want is the cash. Your ledgers and war bonds won't do them any good.
Oh, that's good news if it only comes true.
What'd they do, Sergeant? Roll it along here?
Yes, sir. You can see the tracks. Right down here and out the door. Must have had a pickup truck or a car waiting.
A car? Well, they couldn't get that safe into a car. You know how big that safe is? Why, it comes up to here, up to here. Well, there must have been 9 guys to move it. Look, I haven't had it out of that corner for 2 years. It was so heavy. Look at the dust back there.
Are you in the store all alone, Mr. Healer?
That's right, all alone. Oh, except on Saturdays. My wife comes down to give me a hand and work on the books. You know, she's got a job downtown on Wall Street. On Saturdays, she comes to help me out.
Mm-hmm. Have you always been alone in the store?
Well, yeah, for the last 3 or 4 years. I used to have help, but it got more than the traffic could bear. I couldn't keep them. I always had their problems, plus my own. I figured it didn't pay. 12 guys there must have been to roll that safe out of here. Believe me, it was this big, and heavy. Now, who could that be on the phone? It's a fine time to call.
Well, you better answer it, Mr. Healer.
It's a fine time for business as usual.
Go ahead.
Yeah, excuse me.
Some deal, huh, Captain?
It is some deal. I had to jimmy the door. They had to roll the safe out here across the sidewalk and onto the truck. Where was the patrolman on post?
Beats me, Captain.
Hello, Healer Street.
What time do you think they broke in, Sergeant?
They closed the store at 6 o'clock. Didn't open up until 9 this morning. It could have been any time in between.
All right.
Sergeant, send forthwith to the men who are on post here for the night tour and for the late tour. I want them both in my office by noon.
Yes, sir.
I want to know why they didn't see this burglary in progress, or at least discover that the door was jimmy.
Hey, listen, Captain, that telephone's for you.
For me?
Yeah, I answered it, and somebody says, who's the cop in charge there? It was some dame. And I said, there's a captain here. And she said, let me talk to the captain.
All right, where is it?
Yeah, back there on the counter, right next to the cash register.
Okay. You don't need all those men here, Sergeant. Get some of them back on patrol.
Yes, sir. All right,
Captain Kennelly.
Are you in charge of the cops there?
Who is this?
Well, that's not important now, Captain.
And if you want to talk to me, it's important.
Well, look, if you really want to know who it is, I'm the guy that got the safe from there.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so. I want to make you a little proposition.
Well, I don't know whether I want to talk about a proposition with you.
Well, whatever we talk about, let's make it fast. I don't want to give you a chance to find out where I'm calling from.
All right, I'll make it fast. What do you want?
I want the combination.
You don't want much, do you?
Look, we've been trying to get into that thing all night. We've been trying to rip it. We've been using a torch on it. All we want's the dough, that's all.
Well, that's very nice of you.
The deal is you give it the combination. I know he's got a lot of other stuff in there he wants besides the money, but that's all I want, the money.
Well, what's your proposition?
Give it the combination, we'll leave the stuff where it can be picked up without getting hurt. We'll leave the whole safe.
And if you don't get it?
If we don't get it, the safe winds up the bottom of the river, and Helis never sees anything else he's got in there. That's fair, isn't it? How fair can you get?
All right, just hold the phone a minute.
No, I don't hold the phone. I'll call you back. Captain who?
Captain Kennelly, 21st Precinct.
I'll call you back there.
Hello. Hello.
What's the trouble, Captain?
That was the burglar.
The burglar? Did you say that was the burglar on the phone?
Well, that's who he said he was.
Well, what does he want?
He wants the combination to the safe.
Well, that's a lot of nerve. What does he think he is?
He can't get it open. He said if he gets the combination, you'll recover everything else in the safe except the money. All he wants is the money. If he doesn't get it, the whole thing goes to the bottom of the river.
You mean I could get my accounts receivable and my war bonds back?
Well, that's what he said.
Well, who cares about the money? I'm covered with insurance for that. I'll go along with him. I'm inclined to do that.
Well, I don't know whether I am, Mr. Healer.
Now, look, whose stuff is it? I got a lot to lose.
We'll talk it over with the detectives. We'll see what they want to do about it.
I've been a long time in this job, Captain. I never heard of anything like this before.
You learn something new every day, Sergeant. Every day in the year. Within a few minutes, detectives of both the 21st Squad and the Safe Loft and Truck Squad the central office specialist who handled safe burglaries on a citywide basis, arrived at the scene. Sergeant Burns gave them such information as he had collected, and I told them of the phone call from the man who purported to be one of the burglars. The detectives took over the investigation, and Sergeant Burns instructed his men to resume patrol. I returned to the precinct house. Lieutenant Gorman told me he had sent forthwith to the homes of Patrolman Coley and White. These were the men who were on post number 6, which included the burglarized paint store during the preceding night and late tours. Both men were en route from their homes. I went into my office to read and sign reports and communications which had accumulated since I was on duty previously. At 20 minutes after 10, I had almost finished with the paperwork when I looked up and saw Lieutenant Matt King, commander of the 21st Detective Squad, and another man standing in the door.
You got a minute, Captain?
Yeah, sure, Matt. Come in.
How are you, Captain?
Fine, man.
This is Detective Andy Sawyer of the Safe and Loft Squad.
Oh, I'm glad to know you, Sawyer.
Yes, sir.
Sit down. Matt, sit down.
Thank you.
Pull that chair over.
Well, it was an odd one this morning, wasn't it, Captain?
Yeah, it sure was. How do you figure it, Sawyer? You fellows ever heard anything like that before?
No, sir. New to us. Guy must be a psycho trying to swing a deal like that.
Well, he didn't sound much like a psycho over the phone, Matt. How have you fellows got it figured?
Well, there are a couple of things, Captain. One, Mr. Healer said it was a woman on the phone when he answered. You picked it up, it was a man.
Yeah, that's right.
Two, from the description Healers gave us of the box, it sounds like a certified 600. Now, a safe man who really knows his business wouldn't find much trouble getting into a box like that. He'd try ripping it. And if that didn't work, he'd use a cutting torch and get inside of it that way. Especially since they carried it off and can work on it at their leisure. They aren't red-hot ironmen, that's for sure. Whoever they are, I don't think they've been long on trade.
Well, how many do you think there were?
Well, the box weighs 600 pounds. There must have been at least 3 of them, maybe 4.
And what about the girl on the phone?
I don't know, Kid.
You know, I've got an idea about that.
Yes, sir?
Well, if this burglar was going to put the proposition to someone, who'd be the logical person? Not the cops on the job.
That's right. The logical one would have been Helis.
I don't think he wanted to talk to Helis. That's why he had the girl put in the call.
You mean Helis might have recognized his voice?
He might have.
Yes, sir, that's a good possibility. But why the girl? There must have been at least 2 other men on the deal. Why the girl?
Well, I don't know. Any number of reasons.
Andy, do you think we ought to check out some of the people Helis knows? Yeah, that's a good idea, Lieutenant.
He said he used to have help in the store, but not anymore. How about his former employees?
Yes, sir, there might be something there. Are you going to be around here all day?
Well, I was going out on patrol again this afternoon, that's all. Why?
Well, we figured this guy might call back here to see if the deal will go through.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, if he does, we've got the switchboard here. I'll be right out there. I'll keep one line open to the telephone company to get the location of the phone he's calling from. I'll have CB keep up a direct connection to the radio dispatcher. As soon as we can get the location, he'll have a car right over there.
He won't stay on the phone long enough. He wouldn't this morning. He knows now that we're looking for his call.
He's got to stay on long enough for you to give him the combination.
Well, then, you want to go along with him?
Yes, sir, we might as well. If it doesn't work and we don't get him, maybe at least Helis will get his property back. That's what he's most worried about anyway. Yeah, we'll be out at the board and start to work on every call that comes through to you, Captain, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
If you'll take just a few seconds longer to get to the phone than you normally do, we might have a chance.
If he calls again.
Well, Captain, he's got the safe. We've got the combination. If he had moxie enough to carry that safe out across the sidewalk, he's got enough to make another telephone call.
Squad stationed himself next to the telephone switchboard, ready to use another line to trace any subsequent call from the safe burglar. He got head starts on 2 callers who asked for me, but both of them turned out to be ordinary police business. At 11 o'clock, Patrolman Coley, who had worked the 4 p.m. to midnight tour on the post where the safe burglary occurred, came into the precinct house as ordered. I questioned him thoroughly regarding his activities on post during the previous night. At the end of the interview, I was convinced that the burglary had not occurred through his negligence. Patrolman Coley was allowed to return to his home. By 11:35, the safe burglar had still not been heard from again. I finished my paperwork and started out of the office and into the muster room when I saw Patrolman White, dressed in civilian clothes, standing at the desk talking to Lieutenant Gorman. He saw me and crossed the muster room.
Excuse me, Captain.
Hello, White.
I got a forthwith to appear at the precinct house, Captain. Lieutenant Gorman said you put out the order.
That's right. Come inside.
Yes, sir.
You were assigned to post number 6 from midnight to 8 a.m.?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Are you familiar with the paint store on Lexington Avenue run by Mr. George Helis?
Yes, sir, that's on post number 6.
Did you have occasion to notice anything unusual at that paint store during your tour of duty?
No, sir.
Did you try the front door at all during your tour?
Yes, sir. I did on my first time around.
You saw nothing unusual during the balance of your tour?
No, sir.
Did you notice any truck parked on your post?
No, sir.
Sometime during the night, burglars jimmied the front door, got into the store, and rolled out a 600-pound safe. They rolled it out the front door, across the sidewalk, onto a truck. Where were you?
I didn't see them, Captain.
I know you didn't see them. I'm trying to find out why.
Yes, sir.
After your first time around, didn't you try the door again during the course of your tour?
No, sir.
Why not? Can you explain why you didn't?
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead. Explain. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, sir, a little after 1 o'clock, there was some trouble over in a bar on 3rd Avenue.
What kind of trouble?
2 of the patrons got into a fight, Captain. One of them hit the other over the head with a beer bottle. This man was hurt pretty bad. I had to go to the hospital with him.
Oh. What time did you get back on post?
At 2:23, Captain.
Well, did you start around again?
Yes, sir.
Did you try any front doors?
I started to, Captain, but it was along about that time that the alarm hit for this fire in the old brewery on the river.
Yes?
Well, Sergeant Collins drove by, sir. He instructed me to leave my post and go over to York Avenue.
What did you do there?
The firemen had a hose line struggling across York Avenue. There was about 30 pieces of apparatus there. I was instructed to reroute traffic onto 1st and 2nd.
Well, how long did you stay there?
Until I was relieved, Captain.
What time was that?
20 minutes after 8 o'clock this morning, Captain. I came to the station house and changed to my civilian clothes, sir. Then I went home and went to bed. And that's where I was when I got the forthwith.
Okay, White. You can go on back to bed.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Captain.
White.
Yes, sir, Captain.
How long have you been in the job, White?
I'm 4 months out of the academy, Captain.
Do you know what Rule 107 is of the rules and regulations?
I think so, sir.
Well, what is it?
Charges will be preferred against any patrolman who shall, through neglect of duty, fail to discover, report, and take appropriate action in connection with any act or conditions on his post requiring police attention during his tour of duty.
Good. Don't forget it.
No, sir, I won't.
Okay. Go on home.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Captain.
Leave the door open. Captain Kennelly.
Sawyer, Captain. There's a call coming through for you. I think it's our boy.
Oh, all right.
If you'll hang up, sir, let it ring 3 or 4 times.
All right. Captain Kennelly.
Now, is this Captain?
Yes, I think so.
What about the deal? You ready to go through with it?
Yes, we'll go through with it.
All right, what's the combination?
Now, wait a minute. First, I want your assurances that you're not going to throw that safe in the river. The man wants his property back.
You'll get it back.
Well, I just wanted to make
Listen,
sure.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to stall for time. I'm not going to stay on this line long enough for you to trace the call. Believe me, now I'm not. What's the combination?
Well, just a second. Let me find it.
Well, don't take more than a second. I'm telling you, don't take more than a second.
All right, I'm getting it.
What is it?
Just a second.
I'm telling you.
All right, here it is.
What?
It's 2 full turns to the right.
2 full turns to the right. Write that down, honey.
Stop at 71.
Stop at 71.
Back left past 71 and stop at 6.
Back left past 71 and stop at 6. 6. Then what?
Look, you're going to keep your promise, aren't you?
I'll keep my promise if you keep yours. What's the rest of the combination? I haven't got all day here. I know what you're trying to do.
Well, then right to 98.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
Bye.
I think we've got a chance, Captain.
Well, I couldn't keep him on the phone any longer, Sawyer. He knew what we were up to.
We made it, Captain.
Good. That girl was with him again. Apparently she was standing alongside of him, taking down the combination as he repeated it back.
It was from a pay station.
Ah, that figures.
Drugstore on Astoria Boulevard. A car from the 114th Precinct's on the way.
Well, that's fine. Maybe they'll make it.
I'll call the squad out there and ask him to take a look, too.
Okay.
I'll do it for the board. Oh, excuse me, Lieutenant.
That's all right. Go ahead.
We got the call, Lieutenant.
Did you talk to him, Captain?
Yeah, I gave them the combination. They traced it to a pay station and a drugstore on Astoria Boulevard.
Yeah, he's probably gone by now.
Yeah, a car is on the way, and Sawyer's calling out the 114th squad and have them go take a look, too.
Astoria, huh?
Ah, that's right.
You know something, Captain? I've had Vitale and Novak over there talking to that Mr. Heelis for the better part of the morning.
Yeah.
We've been going on the possibility that maybe your suggestion is correct. The man didn't want to talk to Mr. Heelis on the phone because he might recognize the voice.
We asked him all about former employees and friends and relatives, anybody that he knew that was familiar with the store or worked there.
Oh, did you get anywhere?
No, no place much, but one thing came out.
What's that?
His wife has a brother who's been in a little trouble.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, he did one bit for grand larceny. He's been out for 2.5, 3 years. Hasn't gotten jammed up again since. Hewis said his brother-in-law used to clerk at the store on Saturdays once in a while. You know, just help him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Said he wasn't much account as a clerk. Didn't know varnish from enamel. Said he hasn't seen his brother-in-law in about 7 or 8 months. Doesn't think his wife has either.
Well, that's nothing in itself, is it?
Hewis would know his brother-in-law's voice over the telephone.
Yeah.
And his brother-in-law might think that Hewis is a pretty good mark.
Well, it's a possibility, but you still don't have much, man.
Do you know where he lives, the brother-in-law?
Where?
Astoria.
Well, I guess you want to talk to him.
Yes, sir. I guess we do.
In another minute or so, Detective Sawyer came into my office and told me that he had spoken to the acting lieutenant in command of the 114th Squad. 2 detectives from there were en route to the drugstore on Astoria Boulevard to see if they could locate the caller. It was determined that Detective Sawyer, accompanied by Detective Vitale of the 21st Squad, would go to Astoria and talk to the brother-in-law of the victim, Lee Goring. The fact that the brother-in-law lived in Astoria and had a criminal record was considered more than a coincidence. After they left my office, I turned my attention to other business at the precinct. At 1 p.m., I went on patrol and returned in time to turn out the platoon for the night tour at 4. The precinct was calmer than when I came on the job in the morning. The storm had abated. After the men marched out of the door, a call came from upstairs through T.S. Lieutenant King would like to see me in the detective squad. I walked through the back room where several of the men who had just come off duty were standing around talking. I climbed the rickety stairs to the second floor and walked into the 21st Squad. I saw Detective Sawyer sitting on the edge of a desk talking to a small, blonde young woman. I walked over to him.
Well, I was just doing him a favor. That's all I was doing.
Hello, Sawyer.
Oh, hello, Captain. How are you?
After all he asked me to do was to make a telephone call for him. If a girl can't make a telephone call for a man, well, what's this world coming to?
Captain, this is Eleanor Hoffel.
How do you do?
I'm sure. Well, I didn't have anything to do with breaking into that store. I wasn't anywhere near the place. I didn't even know what it was all about. He asked me to do him a favor, that's all, and I did. I didn't know what it was all about.
He asked you to write down the combination, too, when he got it from the captain here. You knew what that was all about, didn't you?
Well, not exactly. He's not the kind that tells you everything.
Have you got it wrapped up, Andy?
Yes, sir, pretty much. Vitaly and I went out to this house in Astoria. We found the brother-in-law out there and her.
I told you, I was just visiting. That's all I was doing. I was just visiting.
We took a look in the garage, and what do you think was there?
The safe?
Yes, sir, the safe.
I didn't know it was in there. I don't look in garages. Why should I look in a garage? I was just visiting him, and he asked me to do a favor. You can't kill somebody for doing a favor.
Where's the lieutenant? In his office?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know what it was all about. That's the honest to goodness truth.
Yes.
Captain Kennelly.
Come in, Captain. Thought you'd like to meet this man, Captain. You've talked to him over the phone. Lee Goring.
Look, what are we waiting for? You got the safe, you got me. Book me, get it over with, will you? I'm tired.
Because you were up all night last night?
Because I was up all night last night, yeah.
Wasn't a very smart thing to do, break into your brother-in-law's store, was it?
That was smart enough. The stupid thing was leaving the safe in my garage. I should have found someplace else.
Did you find out who was with him on that deal last night, Ben?
Yes, sir, he's told us.
Sure, I told you everything. Why should I keep anything back? They walked out on me. You think I want to be in and them out? Not me, brother. I weak and easy. When I go down for the third time, I take everybody with me.
Why'd you pick on your own brother-in-law?
I wanted to keep the money in the family.
That was thoughtful, wasn't it, Captain?
Yeah, very.
We're sending a truck out after the safe, Captain. I'm kind of anxious to see it. Sawyer told me they clawed at it, hacked at it, and burned it with a torch, tried to knock the knob off. Couldn't make a dent in it.
Must be a pre-war safe. Did they build them like that today? Who's got a chance with one of those things? And it's work. You know that's work? To get it out of the store, onto the truck, and out to the garage, then to go to work on it. You know we worked on that thing from 3:30 this morning till almost 8. We couldn't make a dent in it.
Is that when you got the bright idea to call me?
Yeah. Came over to New York, walked down the other side of Lexington Avenue to see what kind of rumble it was from the job. I saw all the cops' cars parked out in front. I went in the candy store and called.
Who was with you, just Eleanor?
Yeah, that's right, just Eleanor. I had the idea out in the garage, but the other boys thought I was crazy. They wouldn't have any part of it. I said to them, look, I'm not 2 feet from where all that money is, not 2 feet, and I can't get my hands on it. If you don't want any part of it, get out. I'll go it myself. So they got out. All that work and not a dime out of it. That's what gets me. Back-breaking work. You going to bring them in here, those boys? I'd like to see the looks on their faces. They take a fall, don't get a dime out of it. I'm laughing. It's a big joke.
All right. Come in, Mr. Hewlett.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Lieutenant King.
How are you? I'm pleased to know you. Lee, I don't know what to say. Say hello. I'm ashamed of you, Lee. Really ashamed of you. My own wife's brother to do such a thing.
What do you want from me, George? I did it. What am I going to do? Say I'm sorry?
You would really throw the safe from the river, your own brother-in-law's accounts receivable in bonds at the bottom of the river? I can understand how you would do it to me, but your own flesh and blood is my wife.
George, don't knock yourself out.
Why did you do it, Lee? Why didn't you come to me if you needed money?
I needed money, but who needed a song and dance with it?
Captain, do you understand it? I don't. A grown man, look at him. In his trade, he can go out and make $25 a day. $25 a day, and he's got to get himself in trouble again like this. What's the answer? $25 a day.
Well, Mr. Heelis, the answer seems to be that he prefers night work.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. Well, who got bitten? How old? 4? Well, where's the dog? Is the dog there? Well, where is the dog? Where's that? Oh, I see. Well, what's the name of the girl who was bitten? W-E-A-L-D.
And so it goes. Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring. Or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Larry Haynes and John Sylvester, Scott Tennyson, Wendell Holmes, William Flatley, and Joan Morgan. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Who's dead? Who? He was killed. Ah. Where is it? Where? 88 East what? East 70th? Who is this calling? You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct. All right. Just stay right where you are. The officers will be there right away. Yes, right away. They'll take care of it. Yes, right away. 21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between 5th Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is my job. My job and the job of the 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st.
What makes a city? Not buildings, not subways, not business. People make a city. From dawn to midnight, from midnight to dawn, people pour their lives together and stir up the city, where even love can lead to death.
I was working my 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. tour. When I arrived at the station house, I signed the blotter and read over reports and communications that had accumulated since I went off duty 24 hours previously. Sharply at 8, I walked into the muster room and turned out the platoon for the day tour. As the men marched out the door to take over their posts, Sergeant Burns, the patrol sergeant, indicated he wanted to see me. I came around from behind the desk where Lieutenant Gorman was on duty as desk officer and Sergeant Klein on the boxes and crossed to my office. Sergeant Burns was waiting inside.
Morning, Captain.
Hello, Sergeant. Well, what is it?
Volney went sick this morning, Captain.
Yes, I noticed it on the roll call. What about it?
Well, he's been riding in Sector Car 2 with Warren.
Yes, I know it. Listen, what's this UF-61 here? It says a radio stolen from a parked car. What kind of radio? And where was the car parked? I can't sign a report like that and send it on to division.
Was that on my tour, Captain?
Yesterday, yes. Don't you look these things over before they're written up? How did he get by you?
Whose is it?
Parker. Check his memorandum book and see if he's got the facts himself. If he hasn't, get on his tail.
Yes, sir.
All right. What about Boney?
Well, he's been riding his recorder in Sector Car 2 with Warren.
Yes?
I noticed they hadn't been getting along so well together, always scrapping about who's going to take what pinch and so forth. No complaints to me, but I could see this had been going on. I warned them that I'd split them up if they didn't knock off. Well, it kept going on. After the tour yesterday, I told them I was going to put them both on fixed posts today.
And Boney went sick this morning?
Yes, sir.
Well, how about Warren?
He's swinging.
You think Boney's malingering?
He looked all right yesterday afternoon, Captain.
Did he?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Klein.
Sergeant, get me the reserve surgeon, will you?
Yes, sir. Captain, looks like we've got a bad homicide.
Where?
The boy's hopping, Captain. I got 4 or 5 calls.
All right, I'll be out. Says it looks like we've got a bad homicide.
Where's that?
I don't know. The board's jammed up.
That's right, 8870.
Right.
That's all we know about it. Call came through CB. I caught it on the air. Okay. I'm sorry, Captain.
That's all right. What do we got?
It came over the air as a Signal 32 ambulance responding. I rang down to CB and they told me a woman called in, the maid, apparently. She got to work this morning and found the lady's body.
Homicide for sure?
She was a little hysterical. That's what they gathered.
No name?
No, sir, not yet.
Well, did you notify the detectives?
Yes, sir, just now. That's the press again. They've been burning in here since the call was put out. 88 East 70th. That's a good address. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein.
Let's take a ride over there, Morley.
Yes, sir.
Look, you know as much about it as we do. Call didn't even come through here. The detectives are just now on the way. I just know
I
about
gave instructions to the desk officer to reach the surgeon on reserve by telephone with a request to visit the home of Patrolman Boney, who reported sick under circumstances which indicated he might be attempting to evade disagreeable duty. Then with Sergeant Burns, I drove to 88 East 70th Street, the scene of the reported homicide. The house was a 4-story white stone mansion built early in the century and converted within the last 10 years to an apartment building, 1 apartment on each floor. One of the sector men had been posted at the street door to keep the curious out of the entrance hall. He told us the occurrence did, in fact, appear to be homicide. We went inside and took the small self-service elevator to the 3rd floor. The door to the apartment was standing wide open. The place was magnificently furnished. There were thick wall-to-wall carpets. I went over to talk to the maid who sat on the living room couch. She still wore the hat she had on when she arrived at work.
Oh, Miss Edith.
I'm Captain Kennelly.
She was so beautiful, so beautiful. To walk in the bedroom like that and find her sprawled out, cold.
Did you call the police?
Yes, sir. I called the police. When I first opened the door of the apartment, I knew there was something the matter. I knew it. The television was on, newspapers, grasses were all over the front room, ashtrays full up. Miss Edith never left anything like that.
Looks pretty straightened up in here now.
Yes, sir. I turned off the television and picked up a little. Then I walked back to the kitchen. That's when I saw her. The minute I saw her, I knew it. Laying on the floor there in the bedroom, just stretched out. That yellow hair she had all turned everywhere. She always had it so neat. So neat, mister.
What's your name?
My name?
Yes.
Doris Rumsey.
Ramsey?
No, sir. With an O. My family spell it with an O. Head bashed in like that. Who could do something like that to Miss Edith? She never hurt anybody in the world. Never anybody in the world. So kind and nice.
Where do you live, Doris?
134th Street.
Where on 134th Street?
46 West. Poor Miss Edith. Poor sweet little thing.
Excuse me, Captain.
Never hurt
Yes?
nobody.
Ambulance
Nobody.
cruiser.
Only
Oh, well, you better
good.
keep them out in the car. The fewer people walking around in here, the better.
Yes, sir. I'll tell them.
Her name was Edith Camden?
Yes, sir. Edith Camden. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Does she have any family?
No, sir. No family. At least not in New York. She comes from Texas. She's got brothers in Texas. 2, I think. Poor, sweet little girl. So sweet.
She must have been pretty well off to live in an apartment like this. Did she live here alone?
Yes, sir. All alone.
She wasn't married.
No, sir.
Was she ever married?
No, sir. Not that she told me.
Did she go to business?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, did she have a job or anything like that?
Oh, no, sir. Not Miss Edith.
Well, what did she do?
She had a friend, Captain.
Oh. Hello, Captain. Oh, hello, man. Doris, this is Lieutenant King. He's in charge of the detectives who'll take over this case.
Yes, sir.
You tell him everything he wants to know.
Yes, sir. Poor Miss Edith. I don't know what I'm going to do without her. I couldn't work for nobody else. Nobody else.
Where is it, Captain, in there?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. You sit here, Doris, all right?
Yes, sir. It's all right. I'm not going no place.
What do you think the rent is on this place, Captain? $400 or $500 a month?
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Pretty steep.
Not if someone else pays it. In here, man.
Pretty dress she was wearing. Not torn. She wasn't struggling with anyone.
No, it doesn't appear that way.
That's what she was hit with, I guess. What is it, do you think?
I don't know. Looks like a fire tool to me.
Who was she? What'd she do, do you know?
She didn't do anything. She had a friend.
No. Well, the tabloids are going to have a field day with this one. Made to order for them.
It sure is. There's all the elements. A mystery, a blonde, and Park Avenue.
Yes, sir. Too bad she's not around to read about it.
The call had come in at 6 minutes after 8 a.m. It was now 8:25. At the moment, little more was known about the case than what we could see. A striking blonde named Edith Campton was dead from a blow across the base of the skull in the bedroom of her apartment just off Park Avenue. Within minutes, the apartment began to fill up with specialists and experts. Detectives from the Manhattan East Homicide Squad arrived to work with detectives from the 21st Squad. As required, the chief medical examiner and the New York County District Attorney were notified. Latent fingerprint experts and a photographer from the police laboratory were summoned. Superior officers of the detective division, who had been notified in accordance with the manual of procedure, began to arrive on the scene. At 10 minutes before 9, when I left the apartment, the investigation was well underway. I instructed Sergeant Burns to have his men resume patrol as soon as possible. On the street, a considerable crowd had gathered. The press was out in force. I suggested they direct their questions to the chief of detectives, the commander of the Manhattan East Homicide Squad, and the district attorney's office. At 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, I returned to the precinct house.
Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
Excuse me, this board has been humming. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Chief who? Oh, he's not here. I haven't seen him. Just a second. Captain, it's the borough commander's office. Did you see Deputy Chief Pope this morning?
He was over at the scene of that homicide.
Hello. He was over at the scene of that homicide we had. Is he still there, Captain?
Well, he was there when I left.
He was there when Captain Kennelly left. All right, call his office. I'll tell him, yeah. Hold you, Captain. Hopping. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Listen, Coley. Somebody called in here and said there was a bus stop stanchion in the second floor hall of 622 East 64th. Well, how should I know? Some drunk must have carried it in there during the night. Walk over there and take a look. Yeah. All right. How should I know how the stanchion got in the hall?
Did you hear from the surgeon on reserve, Sergeant?
No, sir, not yet. How does this homicide look?
Pretty heavy, Sergeant.
Well, that's all we need around here now. Another Lonergan case.
What else is doing, Sergeant?
A car struck a pedestrian on Lexington Avenue in 60th.
Bad?
The man got up and walked away from it. Then he decided his back hurt and he went into Metropolitan.
Did we hold the driver?
No, sir. The man walked out from between two parked cars and right into the side of the automobile. Just given a summons for faulty brakes. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. The detectives are all out. Can I help you? Well, that's what the detectives are all out on, that homicide. No, I don't know anything more about it. Okay. You're welcome. Some guy from the journal.
You'll have that all day, Sergeant. You might as well be ready for it.
I know. What's it look like, Captain?
What do you mean?
Any idea who killed her?
Well, I just started looking into it when I left.
How was she killed?
With a fire tool, apparently. Listen, what time have you got Farrell and Eisman down for their meals?
12:30 to 1 for Eisman, 1 to 1:30 for Farrell, Captain.
Well, switch them around because I want the car at 1 to take me downtown to Division.
Yes, sir.
Let Eisman take his meal at 1 and put him on post until Farrell gets back with the car.
She was supposed to be a pretty good-looking head, Captain.
Yeah, I imagine she was.
And one of those fellows from the press told me she won a beauty contest in Texas 7 or 8 years ago. That's how she first happened to come to New York. Judges picked her unanimously. Texas Venus, they call her.
Did they? I wonder what the judges would have called her if they'd seen her this morning. Homicide is, of course, the most serious crime on the books.
But it's not very often that detectives are called upon to deal with a murder mystery typical of detective fiction, in which the guilty party must be singled out from among a number of known suspects. Nearly all homicides fall into two other categories. Either they're crimes committed in the heat of passion, with the killer readily identifiable and easily apprehended, perhaps within minutes after the act, or they're felony murders committed during the course of robbery, burglary, or rape, in which case the killer seldom had any previous connection with the victim. In the case at hand, there was an element of mystery. At 20 minutes past 10 a.m., I had finished reading and signing reports and communications. Captain Kennelly.
I'm glad, Captain. The surgeon on reserve is ringing in. Dr. Van Teller?
Oh, all right.
Hold on, Captain.
Captain Kennelly.
Hello, Captain. Dr. Van Teller, Chief Surgeon's office.
Yes, Doctor.
I called at the home of Patrolman Boney. He was in bed.
Well, did you examine him?
Yes, I did.
Did he appear to be malingering?
Well, he complained of a pain in his stomach.
I see.
Well, if anyone can complain of a pain in the stomach, whether they got it or not. But a temperature of 101.5 is a little bit difficult to manufacture. He's sick, all right.
Oh, well, what's the matter with him, Doctor?
Well, it looks like this virus is going around. That's what I'd say it is.
Well, how long do you think he'll be out?
A couple of days, that's all.
All right, Doctor, thank you.
All right, Captain.
Goodbye. Much obliged. Captain Kennelly.
Sergeant Klein on TS, Captain. Joe Wygan of the News is out here. He wants to see you.
Oh, about what?
About what, Joe? About the homicide, Captain.
Tell him I don't know anything about that. He ought to talk to the detectives.
Yes. Captain says he doesn't know anything about it, Joe. Talk to the detective. Oh, just a second. He wants to see you anyway, Captain.
All right, tell him to come on in.
Yes. Go on in, Joe.
Oh, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Who's on post number 6?
Singleton, Captain.
Come in. When he rings in, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. Hello, Captain.
Yeah, leave the door open, Joe. When he rings in, tell him I've got a written complaint from a citizen about a peddler selling fruits and vegetables from a wagon over there. Tell him if he runs across that peddler to check and see if his license is okay.
Yes.
Oh, sit down, Joe.
Big doings up here today, Captain.
Well, I can't tell you anything about it, Joe. I don't know anything. I was only there for a few minutes this morning.
What did the apartment look like upstairs? Plush?
Yeah, it was plush, if you want to call it that, but you better talk to Lieutenant King or the Chief of Detectives or the Homicide Captain. They've got it all over there. We don't know anything here.
Well, Captain, I got tired of waiting out on the street. I saw all the big brass going in and none of them coming out. We get tired of standing first on one foot and then the other. What's the deal? Who did her in?
Joe, I told you, I don't know anything.
You're the captain of the precinct, aren't you?
Well, I still don't know anything.
What is this, Frank? The Wilhelmstrasse? Somebody's got to know something.
Now, be patient, Joe. You've got a morning paper. You've got all day to get your story. You'll get it.
I'm embarrassed to call my city editor.
Well, don't be embarrassed, Joe. He understands.
You'd never know how to talk to him.
Get your story out there, Joe. The Chief of Detectives.
Excuse me, Captain. Thanks a lot.
The muster room was alive with activity. Lieutenant Matt King of the 21st Detective Squad had walked in the door with the Chief of Detectives and the acting captain in command of the Manhattan East Homicide Squad. Close on their heels were reporters from all of the 7 daily papers with general circulation in New York, the Associated Press, and a newsman from CBS Radio. Lurking on all sides were photographers from most of the papers and motion picture cameramen. It was apparent that these top officers had avoided talking to the press at the scene of the homicide, but now they were cornered. I walked out into the muster room where the questions were being fired at a rapid rate.
Think, did the medical examiner fix the time of death?
Not yet, not definitely. Sometime during the night.
So there is quite a double life.
All right, take it easy. Just a
Quiet. Listen, Chief, we don't have anything for a story yet. Nothing. Give us a break, will you?
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, boys. There's some things we know we can't tell you yet. Give us a couple of minutes to decide what we can tell you, and you'll have a story. Okay? Okay, fair enough. Here's the captain's office. Here's us. Coming through, then. Hello, Frank. Chief. Rough deal, huh? Rough? Wicked. Go ahead, help yourself. Come ahead, Frank. Frank.
Listen, give us a break, will you?
Close that door. They'll find a way, those guys. How you been, Frank?
Okay.
Fine. How's Ellen?
Good.
I'll give them my best. Well, I guess I'll have to tell those boys something, Matt. They're entitled to their story.
Yes, sir, but I'd like to keep quiet about the boyfriend for a while. I don't think there's any point putting him into it yet, Chief.
No, neither do I. We can tell them that Edith Camden isn't a real name. She's just been using it since she came to New York.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Well, she worked as a model.
Not a cover girl.
No, sir, for a fashion house, then in a store, but I think they know that.
How about suspects?
Well, who, Chief?
Well, supposing I say there's 4 or 5 people we want to talk to, but that we can't divulge any names at this point.
Yes, sir, that'd be good. Might want to mention her address and phone book, that we're checking every one of her friends.
No, I'd better say acquaintances.
Yes, sir.
Yes, just that address and phone book ought to make them happy.
Always does.
30 detectives assigned to the case. How's that?
Fine.
They want to know if there was any evidence of her being killed by a burglar or someone who entered the apartment with criminal intent.
I think you can tell them that the place wasn't broken into, Chief.
Okay. Want them to let them talk to the maid, Matt?
I think all they'll want is pictures of her. We can go that far.
All right. Guess that about does it. Frank, let's get together some night, huh?
Oh, I'd be glad to, Chief.
I'll tell Mary to call Ellen and set it up, okay?
Fine.
Okay, Matt. Show me to the wolves.
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Chief, one question first. My desk wants to get a photographer into her apartment. When can we do that?
Sometime early this afternoon, just as soon as the technicians from the police laboratory get finished.
What time?
What time, Matt?
1:30 at the latest.
Quiet. All right, boys, this is the story. We've got 30 men on the job. At this moment, we have no more idea than you do who the killer is. However, there are 4 or 5 people with whom we want to talk about this. Now, in addition to that, Miss Camden had a telephone and address book. A little black book? What color is it, Matt?
Baby blue leather.
Hey, boy. Now, in addition to the 4 or 5, we'll be in touch with every person listed in her phone book in order to get some idea of her movements yesterday and last night. As I told you before, the ME's office has not yet reported
So the press had their story.
time of death.
All that could be divulged without hindrance to the investigation was given to them. In a few minutes, the reporters hurried out of the precinct house to find telephones. The chief of detectives and the acting captain of the homicide squad went upstairs to the 21st squad with Lieutenant King. Within an hour, both had left the precinct house. Now started the real work of the homicide investigation. Detectives of the homicide squad teamed off into pairs with men of the 21st squad to work as partners until the crime was cleared. At 1:30, the car came by the station house to take me to 6th Division headquarters, 160 East 35th Street, for a conference with the division commanders. While I was out of the precinct, a well-dressed, graying man in his late 40s was brought in by Detectives Whitey Howard of the 21st Squad and Edward McInerney of the Manhattan East Homicide Squad. They took him directly upstairs to the 21st Detective Squad.
This way, Mr. Newfield. Yes. You don't think it'll take long, do you? I wouldn't know about that, sir.
Come in.
Lieutenant, we got Mr. Newfield here.
Oh, good. Come in, Mr. Newfield.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a seat.
Thank you. This was some shock. You have no idea what a shock. When these officers told me, it's like a bolt of lightning.
Cigarette, Mr. Newfield?
Oh, much obliged.
Ed? Whitey?
Thanks, Lieutenant. Thank you.
I'm Lieutenant King.
How do you do?
You know what this is all about, don't you, Mr. Newfield?
Yes, I suppose so.
Is Walter Newfield your full name, sir?
Walter Crane Newfield.
And where do you live?
I have a home in Westchester.
Where in Westchester?
Winslow Park.
Your business in New York?
That's right.
What is your business, Mr. Newfield?
I'm a paper broker.
And what is that?
I act as broker for mills in selling paper to printers and publishers.
I see. Do you commute to New York every day?
Every weekday, yes.
You married, Mr. Newfield?
Yes.
For how long?
19 years.
Any children?
2. 2 girls in high school, 15 and 17.
You were acquainted with Miss Camden?
Yes.
For how long?
Oh, I don't know, 3.5 years, I suppose. What can I do with this? I really don't feel like smoking.
No. Here.
Thank you.
How well acquainted, Mr. Newfield?
Oh, quite well.
Did you see her frequently?
Yes.
How frequently?
2-3 times a week.
Ever oftener?
Yes, sometimes.
In her apartment?
Yes, there, and we'd go out to the theater and clubs together.
Was that her apartment, Mr. Newfield?
She lived there, yes.
I know she lived there, but who paid the rent?
Well, I imagine she did.
Who gave her the money?
Well, I don't suppose there's any use of denying the fact that Edith and I were very close. My wife and I hadn't gotten along for years. Someday I hope to marry Edith. That's the way it is. I couldn't help it. A man needs some sort of
When did you last see her, Mr. Newfield?
The night before last.
You didn't see her yesterday?
No.
No, last night?
No.
Were you in New York yesterday?
Yes.
Where?
I was at my office until 5:15.
And then?
I went to Grand Central, took the 534 home.
To Winslow Park?
That's right.
Was your wife at your home in Winslow Park?
No.
Where was she?
She and the girls are in Cape Cod for a month.
Was anyone at your house in Winslow Park besides you?
No, I was all alone.
Did you see anyone you knew on the train?
Well, I think so, Lieutenant, yes.
Who?
Well, I don't recall at the moment. I have to think about that.
Sure, go ahead. Think about it, Mr. Newfield.
Lieutenant, I know this can't help coming out. This whole thing is bound to get in the papers. I don't care about myself or what anybody says about me, but those two young girls of mine, this is going to be terrible on them. Just terrible.
It'll be worse on them, Mr. Newfield, if you continue to tell us lies.
Well, I haven't told you any lies.
Just said you didn't see Miss Camden last night. That's a lie, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Said you were home in Winslow Park last night. That's also a lie. We know you never left New York. How about the truth, Mr. Newfield? How about the truth?
Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I haven't had time to think. I had nothing in the world but those two girls. Please think of them.
That was your job, Mr. Newfield. I've got mine.
The interrogation of Walter Crane Newfield continued. So did my conference at division headquarters. It finally broke up at 3 p.m. Patrolman Farrell drove me uptown to the 21st. I instructed him to pick up his partner and resume patrol. He drove away, and I walked up the steps and into the muster room.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. All right, 17. Hello, Captain.
What's doing, Sergeant?
That's nothing like this morning, sir.
That's good. Where's Lieutenant Gorman?
I'm filling in for him, Captain. DA's office called for him to come down in a hurry.
Yeah?
A burglary case went to that this afternoon, which he made the arrest when he was a sergeant in the 64th last winter.
Well, this is a fine time to let us know, isn't it?
Well, the boy was going to take a plea, but he decided to stand trial at the last minute.
Oh. All right. Stand right up to the desk there, would you please?
Here.
Okay, why do you book him in?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Hello, Matt.
Captain.
Walter Crane Newfield.
Matt? Yes, Captain?
What's this?
That homicide.
Middle name is C-R-A-N-E, Crane?
Is that right? Yes, that's right.
That's fast work.
He got twisted up in his own lies.
N-U-F-F-I-E-L-D.
How'd it happen?
When he finally told us, he said she was going to break it off. She had a guy she wanted to marry.
Age? 47.
He was so enraged, he picked up a fire iron and hit her over the head.
What's the charge?
Murder first.
Why'd he do it? What'd he say?
He said he killed her because he loved her.
Well, if you've got to kill somebody, that's as good a reason as any.
First Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Stole your what? Your safe. Where is it?
And so it goes. Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring. Or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct. A factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Lawson Zerby, Wendell Holmes, George Petrie, Joseph Julian, Frank Reddick, Eric Dressler, and Rosetta Lenoir. Written and directed by Stanley Ness, produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.